Hi everyone, welcome to Job Fever. Today we are going to start one tutorial video which is related to Java 8 features. So we are going to cover all the topics. It might take some time to understand each and every point. Around it will take 4 hours to understand each and every point. So please be calm and try to understand each and every point which we are going to cover in this video tutorial. So we are going to cover all these topics, which is lambda expression. We'll cover first, then we'll cover functional interface, then we'll cover default method, then we'll cover static method, then functional class, optional class, then computable future, then date and time API, and at last we'll cover Steam API. So we are going to cover all these topics. Firstly, we'll cover the all the basics point, theoretical part, and then we'll do the coding. So we are going to learn from basic to advanced in this video tutorial. So let's get started. According to interview only. So let's get started. So we'll understand one by one. So what is functional interface? Okay, and how to use lambda expression, how to create functional interface, types of functional interface, what is predicate, what is function interface, what is consumer interface, what is supplier interface, and coding questions of predicate, function, consumer, and supplier. So we are going to cover all these things. So please be calm. It will take some time to understand all the core concept of functional interface. So we'll do one by one. So let's get started. So first, what is function interface? So a function interface is an interface that contains only one abstract method. Okay, so it will contain only one abstract method. It's introduced in Java 1.8. Okay, so and function interface can have any number of default methods. Okay, any number of default methods and static method, but only one abstract method should be there inside the function interface. So this is the example of the real-time function interface, which is runnable, callable, comparable. Okay, so function interfaces are included in Java 8 with lambda expressions and method references in order to make code more readable, clean, and straightforward. Okay, so it introduced in Java 8. Function interfaces are used and executed by representing the interface with annotation address function interface. As described earlier, function interfaces can contain only one abstract method. However, they can include any quantity of default and static method. Okay, so uh, we can use address function interface. So it's optional to use, but if you use address function interface on the top of your interface, then it will restrict to use only one abstract method inside the function interface. So it will be better to use address function interface on the top of the interface, and we can use multiple default and static methods inside the function interface as we discussed earlier. Okay, so function interface notation is used to ensure that function interface can't have more than one abstract method. Just now I explained everything. In case more than one abstract method are present, the earlier flags and unexpected function interface notation message. Okay, we'll get this message, and however, it is mandatory to use this annotation. So yes, it will be good if you use. It is not mandatory to use. Okay, so if you can if you use it will be good. Otherwise, there is no force to use address function interface for creating a function interface. So in functional interfaces, there is no need to use abstract keyword, and it is optional to use the abstract keyword because by default the method defined inside the interface is abstract only. Okay, we can also call a lambda expression as an instance of function interface. So it is optional to use abstract keyword inside the function interface because by default all the method which you are going to declare inside the functional interface will be abstract method only. Okay, so let's move how to use lambda expression. Okay, so we are going to see all the types of function interface with the help of lambda expression. So firstly we'll understand how can we create lambda expression, okay, for any function interface. So we have by default function interface inside the Java, which is runnable, callable. Okay, so we will see with the help of the runnable how can we create thread. Okay, we can create thread with the help of the runnable interface, and we can create with the help of the third class also. Okay, so here we are going to see with the help of the how can you create with the help of the runnable interface. So runnable interface is a functional interface. So we can use the lambda expression. Okay, only one method is there, which is run method. So what we are going to do here, so we will create with the help of the anonymous class. Okay, so new thread, we are creating one new thread. Inside we are passing the instance of new runnable. Okay, and inside new runnable, this is run method is there. So we will write, we overwritten the run method and we return our logic, which is new thread created, and dot start. That means that we have thread dot start. So it will be like this in anonymous inner class. Okay, but when you are using the lambda expression, so with class where code will be like this, it will be very short, like lambda expression to create the object. So what we are doing here, we are getting a new instance of a thread, and this will be the form to, this is the way to create the lambda expression. So what here we are doing a new runnable. Okay, so inside we can skip all these things, new runnable. Okay, we know only one method is there inside the inside the runnable interface, which is run. Okay, so inside the thread we are declaring this run. When we are using this bracket, that means the bracket is pointing to run method. Okay, and there we can write our logic. So we have made here one bracket, that means it's a pointing to, bracket is pointing to run method. Okay, and then we can write our own logic here. Okay, so this is pointing to run method. Inside we have written new thread created. Okay, and dot start, that means the according ts dot start, that means that we have already created one thread, and thread dot start. So this is the short form to create the thread with the help of the lambda expression, and this is the way to create with the help of anonymous class. Okay, so we are going to use lambda expression in our uh, function interface examples. Okay, so how to create function interface? Yeah, so this is the way we can create the function interface to create custom function interface, because in Java already we have function interface. Okay, so we are going to create custom function interface. So we have one interface we created. Okay, interface is square. So one method is there to calculate. Okay, inside the square. So this will be the only one abstract method. There is no need to provide any abstract keyword for making a abstract method. Okay, because all the method will be by default abstract method inside, which is available inside the function interface. Okay, and only one method should be there. So we have made at that function interface for making function interface. And how we are writing here, with the help of the lambda expression we are making the changes. So if calculate method will take one argument. Okay, and it will return int. So here what we are doing here, int x. Okay, that means that when you are doing int x, okay, so it is pointing to this calculate method. Okay, so int x, that means we are taking x as a argument. Okay, and we are doing some calculation with the help of this, that means the x into x. Okay, so we are calculating here square. Okay, and this is the reference of our function interface. So square s is equal to, we can write logic like this. So this is the way we can write logic. So we have written logic inside the calculate method, and we can call like s dot, we have method reference, sorry, we have a reference of interface, and we have method which is calculate method. So we are passing here s dot calculate a which is 5. So here we'll get the result, which is 5 into 5 25 we'll get. So like this we can create function interface inside the Java with the help of Java features. Okay, so let's see the next topic, which is types of function interface. So we have predefined functional interface inside the Java, which is predicate, function, okay, consumer. These are the famous functional interfaces: predicate, function, consumer, and supplier. So we will see one by one. So predicate, let's start it from a predicate. In scientific logic, a function that accepts a argument and in return generate a boolean value as a key as an answer is known as predicate. Okay, so and similarly in Java programming language, a predicate functional interface of Java is a type of function that accept a single value or argument and does not sort of processing on it, and returns a and does some sort or processing does some and returns a boolean. Okay, so will be the its text. Predicate will accept a single value, okay, or argument and returns true and false. Okay, that means it takes argument, a single argument, and it returns true or false value, boolean value. Okay, the implementation of the predicate function interface also encapsulates the logic of filtering. Okay, basically we use this concept in Java stream. Okay, so if you want to filter, then we use stream.filter method. So this is the example of predicate. Just like the consumer functional interface, predicate function also has some extensions. These are int predicate, double predicate, and long predicate. Okay, so these are the functional interface. Okay, so if you want to return int, then you can use int predicate, double predicate, and long predicate. Okay, like this type of the predicates functional interface accept only primitive data types or values as argument. Okay, so you can use these also. And by predicate is also an extension of the predicate functional interface, which instead of one task, one takes two arguments. Okay, does some processing and return the boolean value. So here we explain it takes one in function. It takes one value as a parameter as an argument, and returns true and false. That means the returns boolean value. But in by predicate, okay, so we have predicate also, and we have by predicate also. Okay, so in predicate it takes one input, okay, and returns boolean. But in by predicate it takes two input and returns boolean. Okay, so I hope you understood. And syntax of predicate function interface, this will be the if you see the Java code, so you'll get like this interface predicate. Okay, only one test method will be there, which will take input here. It's taking input here, and it's returning boolean as a return value. Okay, so here we can you can type you can do integer. Here you can write integer, string, long, double, anything you can write. Okay, or if you don't want to write integer, double, long, then we have already just now we seen we have int predicate, double predicate, and long predicate. So we can use long predicate, okay, int predicate, double predicate. Okay, so this is also a way to use. And the predicate function interfaces can also be implemented in the class. The okay, so this is the way we are creating here custom predicate. Okay, so like this to check for null. And how can we create like this? We can do. Okay, the predicate function can also be implemented in Lambda expression. An example of the implementation of the predicate function interface is given below. Okay, so this will be like this. We can create the predicate. So when what is it doing here? So this is the function interface, predicate function interface. In bracket we are writing value. Okay, so in bracket that means it's if you are writing inside the bracket value, so it is pointing to test method, because only one method inside the predicate, so it's pointing to test method. And what we are doing here, it's simply we are checking, we are doing some process, we are returning here true and false. So value not equal to null. If value is not equal to null, okay, then it will, so here it will return true and false according to the scenario. If value will be null, okay, so it will return false. If value will be any other thing, so it will return true. Okay, because we are making here not equal to. Okay, so like this we can write the predicate. In filter is the real time example of the predicate. Okay, in stream API we use filter to do some filtering things. If you want to filter by age, filter by name, like this. Okay, so let's start function. So what is function? So function is a type of functional interface in Java that receives only a single argument and returns a value after required processing. Okay, so before starting the functions, firstly we'll try to understand, firstly we'll see the previous things, which was predicate. So we'll try to understood by the code. Okay, so we'll try to see the function. Just now we covered the predicate. Okay, so I will show you the how it is written. Okay, so in predicate, so we have test method. Okay, so it takes one input and returns boolean. Okay, so, and here it's a function interface. So this is the way, this is the internal code of predicate. Okay, so it will be easy to understand, so I shown you. So let's start it again. Function. A function is a type of functional interface in Java that receives only a single argument and returns a value after the required processing. Okay, so it's take, so that receives only one single argument, so it takes only one argument and returns a value. So it takes argument and returns value. Okay, after the required processing, that means after the calculation. There are many, what was there in previous case in predicate, so it was taking input but it was returning boolean value, but in this case it's taking input but returning value. So value may integer, string, double. Okay, according to a requirement it may anything. Okay, maybe any custom class. So there are many versions of the function interface, because the primitive type can't imply a general type argument, so we need these versions of function interface. Many different versions of the function interfaces are instrumental and are commonly used in primitive type like double int. Okay, so like this you can use, like we have option to use double int long. Okay, by function. So in function, we have option to take single argument and it will return the value. Okay, and by function. Okay, so same method will be there in function, apply method will be there, but in by function we'll get two argument. Okay, and return, it will return value. Okay, but in case of function only, so it will get only one input. Okay, so here we have only code for by function, so it's taking two argument and returning the value. Okay, so it may return anything, and in case of the function it will take only one input and it will return. So I will show you the function code, so it will be easy to understand you. So I think I have already opened function code. Oh, this is the function interface. Okay, so it's taking only one input and returning value. Okay, in case of the function. In case of the by function, what it will do, this is a by function. So we have apply method, it's taking two argument and it's returning value. Okay, so let's go back and we'll see in the above code, the above code of the function t and e are the inputs. Okay, so t and e are the inputs just now I explained, and there is only one output which is r. So taking two and returning one. So map method and Steam API. This is the real-time example. If you know Steam API, so at the time of mapping, okay, your object, you can use Steam.map. Okay, and we can do some modification. So this is the and the input, the value, the its step function as a argument. So consumer. So third will be our consumer. So we'll try to understand what is consumer interface. The consumer interface of the function interface is one that accept only one argument. So here it's accept only one argument. Okay, and the consumer interface has no return value. Okay, so there is no return value of consumer. So it is very important. Okay, so try to understand. It takes only one argument and it's return no value. Okay, the returns nothing, it returns nothing. There are also functional variant of the consumer. Double, we have double consumer, we have int consumer, we have long consumer. Okay, these variants as a primitive value as a argument, same like. Okay, other than this variant there is also more variant of the consumer interface like by consumer. Okay, so by consumer, that means it will take two input. Okay, it will return nothing. So consumer, it will be. Okay, so try to understand like this. Consumer, that means it will consume, so it will take some input, it will not retain anything. So like this you can remember by consumer. Okay, so it will same by consumer is the most exciting variant. Okay, the consumer interface takes one argument, but on the other side the by consumer takes two argument. Okay, so by consumer takes two arguments. So syntax will be like this. So here it's a consumer interface. Okay, so we are consumer, this is the value what we inside we are passing and we are printing. So what will be the method inside the consumer? Okay, let's check. So accept method is there. Okay, so there is a accept method inside consumer. Okay, so only one method will be there because it is a functional interface. Okay, only one abstract method will be there. Okay, multiple default method we can provide. So we have a default method here, but only one abstract method is available. Okay, so what it is what it is happening here? So it's taking t. Okay, so it's taking one argument and it's returning void. So it's not returning anything. So here return type is void. Okay, go back and continue. So this implementation of Java consumer function interface prints the value passed as a parameter to the print statement. This implementation is the Lambda function of Java. Okay, so you know for each method in Steam. Okay, we used to iterate. So inside for each it takes consumer. Okay, so we use it to normally iterate the map or list. So this is the real-time example of consumer interface for each method. Supplier interface. Okay, so the supplier interface is also a type of the function interface that does not take any input or argument and it returns a single output. Okay, so that does not take any input. Okay, so it, it does not take any input and but returns a single output. So in previous it was in consumer it was taking input but not returning anything, but here it's not taking any input and but returning output. Okay, so this will be the case of supplier. So this type of the function interface is generally used in lazy generation of values. Supplier function interface are also used to defining the logic of the generation of any sequence. Okay, like for Fibonacci series. The difference extension of the supplier function interface hold many other supplier, like we have boolean supplier, double supplier, long supplier, and int supplier. Okay, same like previous. If you don't want to use type inside that function, okay, a supplier, then you can use you can implement boolean function, boolean supplier interface. You can use double supplier interface, long supplier, so it will return long, int, double, and boolean accordingly. Okay, the syntax will be like this. In supply interface we have get method. Okay, so there is no input inside the get, but we are returning t. Okay, so t may integer, double, long, okay, boolean, anything. So we are going to see conclusion, okay, of predicate function and consumer and supplier. So in easy language, I try to I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to make you understand. So this will be the interface predicate. Okay, so inside the predicate there is a test method which will take input and it will return boolean. Okay, so takes input and returns boolean. Okay, so in function interface there is only one method which is apply. It's take one input and returns result, okay, or output. So takes input and returns value. So it value may integer, string, double, anything according to a requirement. Okay, in consumer there is only one there is only one abstract method which is accept. Okay, so takes input and return nothing. So it takes one input, okay, and returns nothing. That means it's returning void here. So takes input and return nothing. Supplier interface. So this is the fourth interface. Okay, so there is a t only one abstract method which is get method and it takes nothing. Okay, and it returns value. Okay, so does not take input but return values. So like this is the conclusion of all the four interfaces, which is which are predicate, function, consumer, and suppliers. I think you understood everything, so we'll try to make you understand by code. So let's get started. We'll start the code wise. Okay, so I have created one main a class which is functional interface test. So here we're going to start code one by one to understand easily. Okay, so it might take some time to understand, but So first I'm going to do with a predicate. Okay, so going to take example of predicate. So firstly we'll show you predicate class. Okay, predicate interface, not class. So we have test method, so we are going to take one input and we are going to return boolean. Okay, so for that purpose what we'll do, we'll take predicate from here. Okay, predicate. Okay, and it's asking for type. So which type? So I'm going to make it a string, and predicate, okay, equal to predicate. So only one, it was taking only one input in predicate. So we have one method inside the predicate which is test method. Okay, so it will take test and it will return boolean. So here we are going to make any like no need to provide for, if you want to so there is no need of type inside the lambda expression. We can only write the t. Okay, so here in our case, so we can write t or anything you can write, so it will point to your string, and then you can write your logic like t dot, okay, t is a string. So if it is let's length greater than 5. Okay, if t dot length is greater than 5, then it should return true, otherwise it should false. Okay, so this is the condition I have made on our argument, which is t dot length greater than 5, then it should return true, otherwise false. So how can we check? So sys out or predicate, we can do predicate dot, we have test method, so we'll call test method. Okay, and inside test method we will pass any name. Okay, I'm going to pass any name, random name, Saurabh Raj. Okay, so let's check, and we'll store this result inside the result. Okay, so result will be boolean because it is predicate, so it will return in boolean. Okay, boolean result, and this will be the predicate dot test. So let's print result. What will be the result here? It's working or not? We'll check. So let's get, okay. So I'm getting here true, but that means the we passed one name which is Saurabh Raj. So the length of Saurabh Raj is greater than 5. So we are getting here. Let's pass Raj and run. It's working or not? We'll check. Okay. Yeah. So we are getting false. That means the Raj is working. Okay. So for the predicate, it's take it takes one input and returns output. Okay, so now we are going to do function, example of function. How? So function. Okay, so just now we seen it's take one input and returns output. So output may be anything. Okay, so in case of the here, output will be boolean output. Okay, boolean output. Okay, so should be O. Okay, so but in this scenario output may string, integer, double, anything, any custom classes. So we are going to take example of function quickly. So function, so if you see function, what is inside the function? So this is the function interface. Only one method is there, uptake method, which is apply. So it's taking one input and it's a returning result. Okay, so here you can also see in explanation, represents a function that accepts one argument and produce a result. Okay, so Java is explaining. So here we are going to provide t. Okay, so t will be the type and this will be the return. So we are going to take a string, and a string will do some modification on a string. So our input will be also a string and our output will be also a string. So we are going to make a string, and function equal to new not require anything. So we are going to write with the help of the lambda expression. So here we can write function here if you can write for understanding f, okay, dot f dot, okay, we can do. So f dot, what we can do, so we have one string, so we can map, we can apply. So I'm going to do two lowercase, okay, so I'm going to convert into lowercase. So f dot to lowercase, and let's run function. What we are passing from function from the method, it will be converted into, it should be converted into lowercase, okay. So function dot, we have method which is apply, okay, so we are going to pass in uppercase. So we are going to pass in uppercase. So let's print we are getting in uppercase or not. So sys out, so we'll store inside, so it will take a string and it will return a string. So return type should be a string, okay. So result, you can make it function result. I'm going to print quickly. Yeah, let's print. Yeah, so here we are getting Saurabh, okay. So it's taken capital letter, cap, all letters are in caps, and we got the lowercase, okay. Input is our uppercase and output will be lowercase, so we are getting like this. So function dot apply. Now let's check for quickly for another function interface, which is consumer. So just now we seen what will be the consumer explanation. So it will take out input, okay, it takes input and return nothing, it will not return anything. Takes. So let's do one example for consumer, okay. So consumer, the consumer interface. So let's check code of consumer. So we have accept abstract method, only one abstract method which is abstract. So it's take input and does not return anything. That means the so return type is void here. So I'm going to take one type string. I'm going to take string here also, consumer, okay, equal to. So inside the consumer we have accept method, okay. So basically we use for printing, okay, for iterating. So here I'm going to we have apply method, okay. T, I'm going to use here T, and that T I'm going to sys out, going to print, no, simple thing I'm going to do T, okay. Consumer, and what we'll do here, consumer dot accept method, okay. So we are going to Raj, going to print Raj. So let's check it's working or not. Run as application, okay. Here we are getting Raj, so it's working good, okay. And now we are going to see example of supplier, okay. So supplier, so just now we seen in supplier it takes no input, okay, no input, and returns value, okay. So I'm going to take example of, so it will be, it takes no input and returns value. So supplier, and if you see the code of supplier, so there is a get method, okay. So it takes no input and returns t. So type maybe anything, you can write a string, double, anything. So here we are going to return a random number, so we are going to make here double. Okay, double. So supplier equal to, so there is a get method which does not take any input but returns. Okay, so math dot random value we are going to, so here I'm going to return one random value which is math dot random. Okay, so we did not provide any input because it does not take any input, so it will point to supplier method inside the supplier which is get method. There is no input. Okay, so this is blank here. So let's print supplier dot get. Okay, and its returns the value, so our return type will be double. Okay, so make it double result. Okay, so here it should be supplier. So already we have already declared result, so we'll make it supplier result and then we'll check as it supplier result. Okay, let's print and check are we getting or not. Okay, so sys out supplier here. Yeah, let's print. Are we getting a random number? Oh yeah, we are getting it, so it's working good. Okay, so this is the way we can use all the function interface. Okay, predicate, function, consumer, and supplier. It is a very important topic according to interview. So let's get started. So we are going to cover all these topics in this tutorial, which is what is default method, example of default method, what is a static method, example of a static method, difference between default and static method, and coding questions of default and static method. So we are going to cover one by one. So firstly we'll try to understand the core part of default and static method, then we'll do the coding. So please be calm, we'll understand one by one. So what is default method? So before Java 8, interfaces could have only abstract method. Okay. Before Java 8, interfaces could have only abstract method. Okay. But the implementation of these methods has to be provided in a separate class, and you have to provide the implementation of that method in separate class. Okay, that means you have to provide and you have to implement that method. But so if a new method is added in the interface, then it implementation code has to provide in the class implementing the same interface. Okay, so if you are adding anything in your if you are adding any abstract class, any abstract method inside the interface, then you have to implement the same interface in your class, implementing class. Okay, to overcome this issue, Java 8 has introduced the concept of default method, which allow the interfaces to have method with implementation without affecting the class that implement the interface. Okay, so Java 8 introduced one method default method concept. Okay, so there is no need to provide implementation logic inside your implementation class, so that you can write your implementation logic in default method. Okay, in default method you can write in interface, so it is possible after Java 8 onward. Existing, the default methods were introduced to provide backward compatibility so that existing interface can use the Lambda expression without implementing the method in the implementation class. Okay, so if you don't want to change your previous code, okay, that means the backward compatibility should be there. Then in that scenario, default method will be very helpful, and it will also support Lambda expression. Okay, because only one abstract method will be there. Okay, so in that scenario you can use Lambda expression without implementing the method in the implementation class. Default method also known as defender method or virtual extension method. Okay, so And default method provide a way to define common functionality that can be reused across multiple classes, reducing code duplication. Okay, so that means that if you are providing default method inside any interface, so if you are implementing that interface, so you can reuse in every implementation of that interface. Okay, or if you don't want to use same logic, then you can override our own logic and you can write. So this is also way. So we are going to see example of default method. So how can we write one default method? So see, here is the abstract method. Okay, so before Java 8 we can write a stack method inside the any interface. So but after Java 8 we can write default method also inside the Java 8. So what here we are doing, we have already written the implementation of this method inside this Java 8. Okay, default method executed, and this is the abstract method. So only signature is the method signature, there is no method body here. So if you implement this class, this interface in any implementation class, then you have to write the implementation logic of for this square method. Okay, so I have implemented this test interface in this test class. So here stack is square is a stack method. So here we have provided the implementation for this square method in test class. Okay, so we are taking a and we are returning a into a, we are calculating the square. Okay, but if you want to if you want to use default method inside the interface, then you can do like this. So we have created the instance for the test class. Okay, and for if you want to call the concrete method, then we have to call like d dot square. Okay, which is abstract method of test class. So we have already implemented a square inside this test class, so we can call like d dot square. So this is our normal. Okay, normal scenario. And if you want to call the default method, then we can call like d dot show. Okay, so we have created the object for this test class and we are calling d dot show. So like this we can call the default method. Like this we can declare the default method. Okay, we can write a implementation inside the interface, and like this we can call the default method. So this is the scenario by which we can use default method. So output will be our 16. Okay, because we are calling d dot square. So and default method executed. So if you call d dot so, you will get default method executed, and if you call d dot square, you will get the output 16. Okay, so next, what is a static method? So any interview can ask a static method concept after default method concept. So this is also important. So the interface can have a static method as well, which is similar to a static method of classes. Okay, before Java it also we can also write the static method. Okay, but it should be in class level. Okay, you can write inside the class. Okay, and static method you can't override. But interface there is but in interface before the Java 8 there is no any feature to write a static method. Okay, but after Java 8 you can write a static method inside interface, same like default method. So in the seed of default method you have to use static method to write a static method. Okay, so belongs to a static. Okay, so belongs to interface. Static methods can be called on the interface directly, not an object implementation implementing the interface. So no need to create the object for the that implementation class directly. You can call with that of the interface name dot that static method name. Okay, so this is the way to call the static method. Utility function, they are often used for utility or helper function related to the interface. Non override. Okay, static method can't be overridden by implementing classes. Okay, it's the same feature before the Java 8. Okay, so a static method we can't override in Java 8 also. So syntax, what will be the syntax to declare a static method? So this will be the syntax. So static, we have to instead of default, we have to provide the static keyword to create a static method. So like this we can, this is the logic. Okay, so like this we can create, this is the interface. So you can call the method with my interface. This is my interface name, my interface dot static method name. Okay, this is the static method name. So like this we can call. There is no need to call with that of the object of your implementation class. Okay, so example of static method we'll see quickly. So this is a stack method, this is a test interface, interface, one stack method, and this is one static method. So we have created with the help of the static keyword, and we've written some logic, static method executed. Okay, and we have implemented this test interface. We have written the logic for the square. Okay, and we are calling here the t dot square, and for calling our static method which is inside the test interface, so no need to call with the help of this d, which is object of test class. Directly you can call with the help of the test interface dot show. So test interface dot show, with the help of the interface name and dot method name, you can call static method. Okay, so I think you understood. So output will be like 16 and static method executed. Okay, so we are going to see difference between default and static method. So quickly we'll try to understand default method and static method definition. So use the default keywords in an interface. So we have to use default keyword for creating default method, and static method we have to use the static keyword to create a static method. It belongs to instance of implementing class. Okay, so it will belong to instance of implementing class. Then you have to create the instance of your implementing class, which class you are implementing, and it's belong to itself. So no need to create any object for that, you can directly call. So invocation, so call on an instance of the implementing class. Okay, so you have to call on the instance of the implementing class and call on the interface directly. So you can call with the help of the interface name dot method name, static method name. Overriding can be overridden by implementing classes, so you can override the default method, it is possible. And can't be overridden, so static method you can't override. Use cases to provide a default implementation. Okay, and utility or helper methods for the static method. Default method you can get default like this: default, void, return type, and method name. So like this you can create default method, and static method you can create instead of default you can use static. Okay, so like this. So we are going to see coding, coding wise. So how can you create default method, how can you create a static method, can you with lambda expression. Okay, and we are going to see some couple of questions. So let's get started quickly. So I have created one interface, okay, which is interface one. So we have created method one. Okay, let me remove this all these things. Okay, so just now I created one interface and one method is there, which is method one. Okay, so this is function interface for making the interface as a function interface. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to override this method inside one implementation class. So I have written one implementation class which is default test. Okay. So how can we implement like this? We have to implement interface one. Okay. Then we will get here. We are getting option to. We are getting error because we have to override the abstract method which is available in interface one. So we have one interface which is interface one, and inside the interface one we have method one. Okay, so method one we are going to write some logic. Okay, like we are going to print this out method one. Okay, so how can we call this? So main, we can create the object for this default test, and we can call default test is equal to new default test. So I'm going to call this method with the help of this instance. Okay, so we'll try to understand how we can use default method and why we need default method. So we are trying to understand. So method one, there is a method one inside default test. So I'm going to call this method which is available in interface one with the help of. Okay, let me run, it's working or not correct, then we will move forward. Okay, method one is working. Okay, so why we need default? Because everything is working fine here. Okay, so if in default in interface one we have only one method, which is method one. So in future, if you want to add some more method, abstract method inside the interface one, okay, maybe if you got some other features, okay, so if you want to add, so what will happen, so we are going to add a method 2 inside interface one. So see, we are getting some message, okay, the type default test must implement the inherited abstract method interface one dot method 2, okay, so it should be implemented here, okay, because we have already we are doing here implements interface 2, so it's mandatory to override method 2 in your implementation class. So if you are doing any changes in interface, okay, then you have to implement, so that means your code will break, okay. In real cases, you may have 100 to 200 classes, okay, so that will implement your interface, okay. So in that scenario, in every classes you have to implement this method, because you have changed, you have added one new method inside interface one, so it's not possible. So Java people introduce default method to avoid such type of the scenario. So in this scenario, you can use default keyword, okay. So instead of the public default def default, okay. So if you use default method, so what will happen, so here you can write the our logic, so no need to write logic inside the implementation class. So here inside the interface you can write your logic. So going to write this out, default method from interface 1, method default method 2 from interface 1. Misplaced construct, okay, we are getting this, okay, so we have to provide here bracket, okay, because so we can make here public, okay. So now we have written one method 2 inside interface 1, so method 2 will be a new feature for the interface 1, okay. So we have implemented this interface 1 in default test, okay. So we are not getting any error here, we are not getting message, that means the no need to override, okay. So if you want to use that default method feature inside or any implementation class, then we can use with the help of, we have created the instance, okay, of your implementation class default test dot, how can you use call invoke, okay. So dot, we have default method name was mm, method 2, I think, okay. So method 2 was default method, so let's call and check it's working or not. So we are calling default method 2 from interface 1, so we are able to execute default method, okay. With that of this we can call, we have to, and we have another scenario which is a static method. So why we need a static method, we will also try to understand. In interface 1 we have written method 2 as a default method, okay. So why we need, so in, if you want to call this, so if you want to call this method 2, so you have to create the instance of your implementation class and then we can call, okay. So it's not so if you don't want to call with the help of the object creation, then you can use a static method. So let's write one method which is method 3 quickly. Method 3, okay, from interface 1. So it will be a static method. So like this, we can create a static method. Instead of default, we can use static keyword, okay. So memory for this static will be allocated at the time of the class loading only, okay. So no need to create the object for this implementation class. Method 3 we are calling from implementation, so we'll call from here. So how can we call, can we call we can call with the help of this interface name dot method 3. Okay, so we are getting here interface name dot method 3. Let me run and check it's working or not. Static method. See, static method 3 from interface 1. So we are able to call a static method from, with that of the interface only we are able to call. So no need to use uh, instance of your implementation class which is default test. So this is the way we can call. So are we getting any default method, okay, with the help of the interface name? Let's check. So we are getting only method 3. Method 3 is a static method, so we are getting here method 3. Okay, so we can't call any default method with the help of interface. So if you want to call the default method, then we have to create the instance for that implementation class and then we can call. So because of that we are not getting here method 2, we are getting only method 3. And so we have written default method also and a static method also. So in interface we have only one static class which is method 1. Okay, so we can make it a that functional interface. Okay, because in function interface only one abstract method should be available. If it is more than one abstract method, then it's not a function interface. So because of only one functional interface, only one abstract method available in functional interface, then you can write your lambda expression code in your implementation class. So this is one advantage for using default method and static method. Okay, so only one abstract method will be available inside your functional interface. So let me write one lambda expression for this interface one. Okay, because still it's a function interface, we have not written any method. Okay, more than one method. So how can we write here? So we are going to write quickly. So interface one. Okay, enter, going to use method one will be, it will point to method one because only one stack method inside this enter. Okay, so sys out hello, hello from lambda expression. So I'm going to comment this. Okay, and we'll check. I'm also going to comment this. Okay, and I have written only one lambda expression. Okay, for our interface one. So only one method is available inside. Only one abstract method is inside inside interface one, which is method one. So we are going to call. We have written the logic with the help of the lambda expression. So let me call and check is it working good or not. Enter sys out. Okay, so we have to call this enter dot, then we'll get method 1. Okay, because in method 1 we implemented this logic but we are not calling, so we are not getting. Okay, let me call and then run. Okay, so we are getting hello from lambda expression. Okay, so this is also advantage of a default method because it did not change the uh, it did not change the function interface feature. Okay, that means still your interface is a function interface because only one method is available. And if you want to write any other logic, so you can write with the help of the any other implementation method, then you can write with the help of the default method and static method. According to interview scenario. Okay, so firstly we are going to touch what is optional class and example of null pointer exception. Okay, how to resolve null pointer exception, static methods in optional class, non-static methods in optional class, and coding questions of optional class. So we are going to touch all these questions, so we'll cover one by one. So let's get started. So what is optional class? Okay, every Java programmer is familiar with null point exception. I think you know what is null point exception. It is very common thing if, in programming. If you are doing any programming, and you will get null point exception. That means the if a value is null, you are trying to do some calculation, or like a string is null, you are trying to do string dot length. Okay, so in that scenario you will get null point exception. It can crash your code, and it is very hard to avoid it without using too many null checks. Okay, so to overcome this, Java it introduced a new class optional in java.util.package. It can help in, so optional is there in java.util.package. It can help in writing a neat code without using too many null checks. By using optional, we can specify alternate values to return a alternate code to run. This makes the code more readable because the facts which were hidden are now visible to the developer. Okay, so null point exception we can handle with the help of the optional class. Okay, so because of that, Java introduced optional class in Java 8, which is very important feature. Okay, so we'll see one by one. Okay, optional is a container object which may or may not contain a null value. Okay, so it may contain null, it may not contain null, so you must import java tutorial package, use this package, so it is available in java tutorial package, so you have to import. Okay, while working, if a value is present, okay, then will return true. Okay, so each parent will return true. It is one of the method of non-static method of optional class. So if value is present, it will return true. An additional method that depends on the presence or absence of content value are provided, such as orElse. So also orElse method is also there. So if value is null, then it will print the default value. Okay, so we'll see all example for all the methods one by one. So which returns a default value if the value is not present. If present, which execute a block of code if value is present. Okay, so these are the examples of Java 8 methods. Okay, is present, which will return boolean, or else it will you can provide default value. Okay, and if present, if value if is present, then it will return some line of code. But we almost we have 10 to 15 method. Okay, inside the optional class, so we'll see one by one, so no need to worry. So this is null point exception. So how can you get null point exception? One small example is there. So this is the string array. Okay, string array, 10 we have 10 string inside the array. And what we are doing here, word 5 dot lowercase, we are operating words 5 to lowercase. So because we haven't assigned any value inside this array string, so we are trying to fetch the value which is available at fifth place, so which is null. Okay, and if we do null dot lowercase, then what we'll get here null pointer exception. So here we are getting null pointer exception. Okay, so exception is set java dot lang dot null pointer exception np exception. So how can you avoid? In normal scenario, you can do null check. Okay, if it is not null, then please do your operation. Okay, but after Java 8 onward, we can do like this. See, so there is possibility to get null. Okay, in words. Words is a array of a string. So you can use ofNullable. Okay, there is ofNullable and nullable. Okay, so if you are thinking that means that you may get the null, then you can use ofNullable method. If you are 100% sure, that means you will not get any exception, you will not get any null value, then you can use off is also there. Okay, off and ofNullable, there are two methods in uh, optional class. So off and ofNullable both are static method. Okay, so we develop the ofNullable. So we are making it ofNullable and storing into the null check. Okay, we are checking null. If null check is present, okay, that means that if check null is present, that means it will return true. Okay, true in case of if value is present, and it will return false in value if value is not present. So here value is not present, so it will execute what is null instead of throwing any null pointer exception. Okay, so if value will be presented, then if block will be executed. Okay, so in this scenario, it will calculate the it will provide the lower case of word 5. Okay, word 5, that means it will fetch one string and it will convert into lower case, and it will print that string in lower case. Okay, so like this we can handle null pointer exception with the help of optional class. Okay. Let's move for the another example. To avoid abnormal termination, we use the optional class. In the following example, we are using optional, so our program will execute without crashing. Okay, so our program will not crash because we are using the optional class to perform null check. Okay, so here output will be our what is null instead of null pointer exception. In previous scenario, we got null pointer exception. Okay. So we are going to see some method available, which is available in Java. Sorry, optional class. So these are the three methods, static methods, which is available in optional class. First will be the empty and ofNullable. So before we seen ofNullable. Okay, so off, that means the if you are not sure, that means that you may get the exception. Okay, so in this scenario you should use ofNullable. If you are sure, that means you will not get any exception, then in this scenario you can use off. Okay, returns an option with the specified present null value. Okay, none null value. Okay, that means that you will not get null. In the scenario you can use off, and there is a possibility, that means that you can get null, then you should use null exception off nullable method. Okay, and empty, that means the return empty value. Okay, returns an empty optional instance. So these are the three static methods. So all are very important. This is a very important question according to the interview. That means what is the difference between off and off nullable. So please be careful while understanding. Okay, so now going to move so in this we are going to see non-static method which is present in optional class. So these are the non-static method. So some of the method are related to this, equals method. Okay, it is very common method. Hash code method. Okay, twisting method. Okay, so I think everybody know these are familiar. All are familiar with all these methods. So filter, that means, in Steam API we use filter to filter the things. Okay, and it will take one predicate and it will return boolean value true and false. Okay, so it's the same like, and flatMap also, it we use it to flatten the data. Okay, so it will be also same like Steam API. And map is there, so map we use to, so map in also we use in Steam API to map any object. If you want to multiply into two, or if you want to add anything, okay, with your object, then in that scenario you can use map. Okay, so and we have to understand get. So get we use in optional to fetch the value. Okay, so this is the method of non-static method of optional class. So it value is present in the value, then return the value, otherwise throw null, no such element exception. Okay, so in case of get, if present, okay, so it will take consumer. Okay, and consumer. Okay, and it, if the value is present, invoke the specified consumer with the value, otherwise do nothing. Okay, in case of if present, and is present, that means the it will return true and false. If value is available, it will return true. If not available, then it will return false. Okay, so this is also a very important question. What is the difference between if present and is present? Okay, and there is a orElseGet and orElseThrow. Okay, so orElse, that means the if value is null, then in scenario you can print the default value. Okay, return the value if present, otherwise return other value. That means that will be the default value. So we will see an example. We are going to do some coding, then you will easily, then you will understand the or. And we have or else throw. Okay, so if it is, well, if value is null, then in that scenario you can throw exception in case of or else throw method. Okay, it will take supplier, and there is or else get. So it will take supplier and returns the value if present, otherwise invoke other and return the result of that invocation. Okay, so these are the method, of common method in non-static method in optional class. Okay, so I think you understood everything, uh, theoretical part. So we'll do the coding part, then you can easily understand. So we are going to do coding part. Okay, so it will be easy to understand. So what is optional class and internals of optional class? So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to remove all these things. Okay, we'll do one by one. Do some POC. Firstly, we'll try to see optional class. Okay, so there is an optional class. Look, I'm going to open. I will see the code behind the optional class. See, this is the optional class. Okay, it's a final class. Okay, so in this optional class we have empty method. Okay, so empty is a static method, and we have off method. Okay, this is the static method just now we seen. Okay, if it is mandatory, if you know that means you will not get null value, then in that scenario you can get use off. Okay, so there is ofNullable. Okay, if you have doubt, that means that you may get the exception null value, then in that scenario you can use ofNullable. Okay, you have get method, we have isPresent method, isEmpty method. These are other non-static. Okay, if present or else. Okay, filter. So map method, we have flatMap, we have or we have stream orElseGet. Okay, orElseThrow. I think we have seen all the methods equals. Okay, hash code method to generate a hash code, to a string method to print in to a string format. Okay, equals method to check value wise. So we have all these method. Okay, so I think just now we discussed everything, so it will be easy to understand if you see the code. So we are going to start coding to understand the optional class. So going to take one string which is sort of, rather than going to take a random name. Okay, let's print let's print length this out. Okay, so if you'll do str dot length, okay, so you'll get the length here. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do null. Okay, null. So what we will get here, so let's print. So we'll get here null pointer exception we are getting here. Okay, because in str we have null value, and we're trying to we are trying to find length of this str, so which is null. So if you perform any operation on null, then we'll get null pointer exception. So how can we handle with the help of the optional class? So we'll see. So how can we do? So there is a possibility to get null. Okay, with our str, so we'll put this str inside ofNullable. Okay, we have ofNullable just now we seen. So how can we do? We have optional class. So ofNullable is a static class of ofNullable. So we can call this class name dot ofNullable. Okay, you know, we can call a static method will have the class name. So we have three static method: empty, off, and ofNullable. So we are going to use ofNullable because this string may get null value. Okay, so we have ofNullable. Now we are going to store these values inside optional. Okay, and type will be a string and str. We are going to make it optional str. Okay, that means the optional string. Okay, so now what we are going to do here, optional str we have. Okay, so based on this optional str we can uh, put some condition. Okay, condition, that means the if it is null, if it is present. Okay, like let's start it. This is our condition optional str. Okay, dot we have is present, which will return boolean value. Okay, that means something is there in optional str, that means null value is not present. Okay, then here it will return true. If not null value is not present, then what we can do here, we can perform our operation, which is calculating the length. Okay, and if it is not present, okay, that means if there is a null value, then what we can do here, we can simply print, that means the value is null. Okay, like str is null or it is empty. Okay, so like this we can do. So let's run and check, are we getting? So we are getting str is empty because our str is empty here. We are not getting any null pointer exception because we are checking first, if something is there inside optional str, then please calculate str dot length and then return. Okay, if it is not there, if null is there, then it will return else condition, which is str is empty. So let's try with some value. So we should get value. I'm going to write the name. I'm going to run. Yeah, so here we are getting 11. Yeah, so we are getting length of this string. Okay, so it's working correct. We will use here off. Okay, let's check with off because we have provided Saurabh Ras. Okay, inside the string, that means we will not get any null value. Okay, so we are going to use here off. So we can use off if you are 100% sure, that means you are not going to get any null value inside a string. So let's run with off. So with that of off also we are getting the good result. Okay, so we can, if you are confident, that means they will not get any null value, then you can use off. If you are not confident, that means you may get null value, then in that scenario you have to use ofNullable. Okay, and there is a empty method. Okay, empty method of static method. So we'll see what is there inside. So it will normally print. We'll see what all method one by one. Empty optional dot empty. Okay, so we'll store inside. Okay, so this will make empty. Let's print empty str, what we are getting sys out. So we are going to print empty str. So let's print, let's see what will get. Okay, so we are getting optional dot empty. Okay, so empty is one of the static method which print only empty value. Okay, so there is nothing inside empty. If you see the empty, then what we will get, let's check empty. So here it's returning empty only. So what is in there inside empty? So it's getting new optional value. Okay, and it's with null. Okay, we will say normally it's returning null. Okay, so it's returning the empty value. Okay, in case of optional dot empty. Okay, so we'll see the code of off. What is there inside off? So there is a condition. Okay, we are getting value here, so it's checking required null. Okay, so what it is there, if it is null, that means it's returning null pointer exception, but it is not null, so it's throwing the value, returning the value. Okay, so in case of the off, if value will not be present, then it will throw null pointer exception. If present, then it will throw value. Okay, so let's check one thing. So we are using off here and we are going to make null, so we should get null pointer exception. Okay, so let's check with null and we are using off. Okay, in this condition, because string is null, so we should use here ofNullable, but we are going to use off with null. Let's see what will happen. It should throw null pointer exception. Let's check once. So here we are getting null pointer exception because the method which method implementation of which is written like that. That means that if null value is there, then please return null pointer exception. If null is not there, then return value. Okay, so we are getting null pointer exception. For handling this, we can use ofNullable. Okay, ofNullable. Okay, because if you will get null, so in this scenario you will get str dot empty. Okay, so let's run and check again. So we'll get str is empty. So this is the way we can use ofNullable of an empty. Okay, if you see the code of ofNullable, so what let's see. this is ofNullable, so we are getting value. So there is condition value equal to null. So if value equal to null, then return, it will return empty. If not, then new optional, and then value, it will return new optional with ofNullable. So this is the code inside ofNullable. Okay. Now let's do if present. Okay, there is two method. One is present and another is if present. So each present will return true and false boolean value, and there is present which will so let's check is present. So we have optional str. Okay, so we are going to use this optional str. So we are going to print this null empty. Okay, we have optional str dot is present, is not, we are going to use if present. Okay, so it will take consumer. Okay, so we are going to write consumer code like sys out. Okay, and we are going to print value. Okay, which is available inside str. So so here we are going to, this is taking supplier. Okay, consumer, so consumer will take input and it will return nothing. Okay, so here we have to provide x. Okay, then it will match with function interface, and now we are going to print here x. Okay, so let's print and check. So let's print and check. Okay, so we are getting str is empty. Okay, because why we are getting str empty? Because here it is null. So we are going to provide here value which is Saurabh Raj. So let's Saurabh Raj, let's print, let's run and check what we are getting. Okay, so we are getting Saurabh Raj, print value Saurabh Raj we are getting here. Okay, so if something is present, if present, okay, then please return, we are printing here same value. Okay, so we are getting Saurabh Raj. Okay, and 11 we are getting because of this statement. Okay, so I think you understood what is difference between is present and if present. Okay, and we see in the all static method which is inside optional. So now we are going to see some method like map. There is a map method, there is a filter method, there is orElse method or orElseThrow. So we are going to see. So what, firstly we are going to see orElse method. So there is optional.str dot, okay, orElse. Okay, so see here there is a orElse. So it will take a string. We are going to provide some default value. Okay, which will be default, going to write default value. Okay, if something is null, then it will print default, going to print sys out. Okay, and optional str yeah, so we are printing here optional str or else default value. So we are going to, so for in case in our case our str is sort of, but we are going to make it null. With null we'll check, and then we'll check its value. Okay, so going to run, we'll check the what will be the value. So here we are getting default value. Okay, so if it is, if your string is null, so we are getting a default value. Okay, so this is the case of or else. Okay, so it's working properly. So if there is something in a string, okay, let's make it again Saurabh. Okay, and then check, so it should print Saurabh instead of default value. Okay, so this is the advantage of or else. Okay, so let's run again. Okay, so we are getting Saurabh. Okay, so if value is present, we are getting value. If value is not present, then we are getting the so default value. So this is the advantage of or else method which is inside optional class. Okay, so let we are going to again print which is we are going to use, which is of or else throw. Okay, so or else throw, there is a different method. So from there what we can do, so if you see the of else throw is taking supplier on another, it's taking supplier. Okay, string and supplier. There is a overloaded method. We are going to return new exception value is empty. We are getting here the method all else not applicable argument exception, so it should be supplier, so it should take input and it should return, it should not return anything. So now it's a matching, we are not getting any exception, so we have written lambda expression. Okay, so now it should throw exception which is value is empty. Okay, so let's print in this case value is empty, so let's run and print what we are getting here. So we are getting Saurabh. Okay, we are getting two times Saurabh because one time Saurabh due to this default value. Okay, and this we are getting because of this or else, because value is not empty. Okay, so we are getting Saurabh. Okay, if value will be empty, let's comment first one, then we'll check Saurabh. We'll make it Saurabh Raj, and let's run again and we'll check Raj. Yeah, we are getting Saurabh Raj. So because value is not empty, so it's printing. If value will be empty, then we will get new exception. Okay, so let's make it null and then check what we are getting. So yep, made it null. So let's run again, we'll check. So we are getting here value is empty. Okay, java.lambda exception, because you are throwing exception if value is empty. Okay, so we can, this is the difference between the or else and or else throw. In first scenario you can provide the default value, and second scenario you can throw the exception if anything is null of if it is not according to your expectation. So like this we can do. So let's, now we have map method, filter method, so we'll see all these inside example. So we're going to take one array dot as list. Okay, so we are going to take array of name. Okay, like we're going to take Ravi in the case and files. Okay, so I'm taking an array of, I'm taking list. Okay, a string of list. Okay, I'm going to store inside list of a string list. Okay, control shift O. So we have list of name. Okay, so I'm going to do some perform some operation. Okay, which is related to stream API to understand how map is working, how filter is working. Okay, inside stream API, and how option is also working in stream API. So we have list. Okay, so how can we make it stream? So list dot stream. So we are going to find we are going to perform some sorting operation. So we are going sorted. So we have for sorting we have sorted. Okay, and comparator dot comparing. Okay, so we compare with x comparator comparing, and dot, we are going to take find first. There is a method which will return optional of a string. Okay, and find any find first. So we are going to find first. So firstly it will so your list of string will be sorted in ascending order, and then it will find the first element. Okay, so let's run and check find first. So what will be the return type of this find first? So it's returning optional. So let's make it optional of a string, because this will be the return type. So copy from optional of a string from here and here. Yeah, so output will make it output. Yeah, so it should sys out. Sys out output. Let's run and check. So we are getting here phase. Okay, so what is happening here? So we have list of names. So phase will be first. Okay, second will be the Rakesh, and then third will be the Rakesh. So it will make it in ascending order. Okay, so we are getting in ascending order, and we are picking the first one. So find first, and which will be the type of first, find first will be the optional. Okay, so now we are able to, if we want to fetch anything, like just now we seen there's a get method inside the optional class. Okay, so we can use the get method to fetch the value. So see, there is a get method in optional class, get. So we'll get here, if you use output dot get, then we will get fetch inside fetch. Output will be fetch, because now we are getting optional and we are getting fetch. So if you are getting if you are fetching output dot get, then you will get only fetch. So let's run and check. Yeah, so we are getting here fetch. So this is the work of get method, which is inside static, which is inside optional class. Okay, so let's perform some more operation, which is map method. Okay, so there is a map method. Okay, inside optional class, so we are going to make it lowercase. Okay, so because we are getting phase in camel case, we are going to make it uppercase. So how can we do x dot to uppercase? So now phase should be in uppercase. Okay, so let's run and check, are we getting phase in uppercase or not? Yeah, we are getting phase in uppercase. So map is also working good. So there is a method inside optional class, which is map. So we use map is to map our object. So we have a string, so we are making it camel making it uppercase from camel case. Okay, so we are getting here phase. So now we have filter. So what we can do after map, we can do filter. So in filter, it will take predicate and return true and false. So we can make like x, we can check condition like x dot phase. Okay, so we have equals ignore case. So let's check phase. Okay, faiz. Okay, we are going to check. So if phase is available inside our string, okay, then it should return here true and false. Okay, value is true or false. Okay, so let's print what is happening here, because here it will return true and false. So let's run, because we have phase inside our, so we are getting phase. Okay, so we will get phase if value is available, then we will get phase. Okay, if it is not available, then what we will get? So we are going to make it phase 1. Okay, then let's run and check. So in this scenario, we will get no value present. Okay, no such exception, no such element exception. If value is present, then we will get the value. If value is not present, then we will get no such element present. Okay, so this is the work of filter method, in filter and map method inside optional class. Okay, so let's check thing. I hope you are loving my video. Task with that of the this call future and the computer work in future. So let's start. So we'll touch this topic, what is future interface, creating future interface, how can we create, okay, and what is computable future, creating computable future and composing computable future, handling exception in computable future. Okay, difference between future and computable future interface, and coding question we will see at last. Okay, so we are going to touch all this. So future interface, let's start. So in Java, the future interface is a part of java.utility concurrent package, and it is used to represent the result of an asynchronous computation. It provides a way to manage tasks that asynchronously and retrieve their result when they become available. Here are the key points about the future interface. So it is available in java.util.current package. Okay, so it got introduced in Java 5. Okay, asynchronous computation. Future represents the result of asynchronous computation, typically a task submitted to an executor service for execution. Okay, in last video we seen that means the when you are creating the when we are getting the executing the thread with the help of the executor framework. Okay, so there we have to pass the instance of the callable interface, and then it will return the future type. So we are using future interface to store the result. Okay, so life cycle management, it allows you to check if the computation is complete, is done method, and is wait for it completion get method. Okay, so in future method we have is done method. Okay, so it will check that it's completed or not, your task is completed or not with the help of the thread. Okay, and we have a get method also to check the value of the future. Okay, and it will lock your thread till completion of your task. So this is the disadvantage of the future. Okay, because it will not allow to execute another thread because you are using the dot get, that means it will wait till you completion of your task. So blocking method, the get method is used to retrieve the result of the computation. If the computation is not completed when get is called, the method block until the result becomes available. Okay, just now we discussed that means that it will wait till the completion of your task because you are using get method. So this is also one disadvantage of the future interface. So when you will understand the computable future, so it will be replaced. So disadvantage will be not available because of this disadvantage. Future computable future will be introduced. Exception handling: if the computation encounters an exception, it can be accessed via the get, okay, method, when which throw an execution exception encapsulating the underlying exception. Okay, and cancellation, there is a basic support for cancellation. Cancel method is there, but it's typically not widely supported across all implementation. So there is, I think, three methods. One is done. Okay, second will be the get, and third will be the cancel method inside. So cancel method to cancel your task. Cancel method is done method, and get method. So cancel, we used to cancel your current task. So let's start. Next one, limited composition. While Future provides basic methods for managing the completion of asynchronous task, it lacks fluent API for composing multiple asynchronous computation in a non-blocking manner. Okay, so it's not possible with that of the future. It's not possible that to execute in non-blocking scenario. Okay, non-blocking scenario means the firstly it will try to firstly future will try to execute your task, and then it will allow to execute another task. Okay, so it's not possible to execute in non-blocking manner, so it is possible in blocking manner only. It will block your task. Once when it will be completed, then it will allow to execute your next task. So creating future, so how can we create future interface, we will see in this. So try to understand this code. So this is a very easy code. So I have implemented one callable interface to make one custom thread class with the help of the callable interface, and type is string here. And we have call methods so implemented, return normally returning the one string here. So this callable interface created the instance for this callable interface, and then and created the executor service. Okay, with the help of the two thread fixed pool size, and executing with the help of the executor submit task. Okay, so we are using submit to execute a task which is created by you, which is created by callable interface. Okay, and we have message. So here what we are using here, future. So what we are executing with the help of the executor dot submit method. So the result will be stored in future. Okay, so the type of our reference variable of message is future. So we can get this value with the help of the message dot get dot to string. Okay, so to string, that means that we are fetching the string value, so we put it. So what message get is a method of future interface to fetch the result of your future. Okay, so let's move for next topic, completable future. So we'll try to understand what is completable future. Okay, so completable future provides a powerful and flexible way to write asynchronous non-blocking codes. Okay, just now we seen, previously we seen blocking. Okay, blocking, because future allow is blocking code. Okay, so it will block your code and it will not allow to execute next thread before completion of your current thread. But in computable future, what is it is possible to do asynchronous call, asynchronous, with the help of the non-blocking code. Okay, it will not block your code. It was introduced in Java 8 and has become popular due to its ease of use and ability to handle complex asynchronous workflow. So nowadays it is very popular. Most of the people are using computable future. Okay, so it is the most important topic according to the interview. So they will ask what is the difference between the computable future and future. Okay, so computable future is a class in Java that concurrent package that implements the future and completion state interface. So if you see the code of the completable future, so computable interface, so you'll get that means that it's implement the future interface and completable stage interface. uh, let's quickly see the how it is. How can completable future, if you see completable future, so this is the code of completable future. Let's check. So it's implement future and completable stage. So in future, if you see, so we have some method. Okay, so we have some method which is cancelled, is done, and get. Okay, just now we discussed is done is there, is cancelled there, and we get is there. So get, we is to get the value. Okay, so she implements future and it implements completion stage also. Okay, because of this we can do the chain operation. Okay, like we have see, we can see we have then apply async. Okay, we have then accept async. Okay, so we have various method. Okay, so future completable future completable future interface implements future interface and completion stage interface. Okay, so let's move to our next topic. So it's represent the future result of the synchronous competition. It can be through a container. It can be through a container that holds the result of a synchronous operation that is being executed in a different thread. It provides a number of methods to perform various operations on the result of async computation. Let's move on next topic. Creating a computable future. So how can we create a computable future? So we'll see quickly. Okay, to create an instance of a computable future, we can use the static method which is supply async. So we have a supply async method which is available in computable future. So this is a static method, so we can directly call with the help of the computer future dot the supply async method, and inside that we have to pass callable interface method. We can implement a callable interface with the Lambda expression. We can also do, and we can pass the instance of any callable interface provided by completable future class, which takes supplier as a argument. Okay, supplier is a functional interface that takes no value and returns a result. So it takes supplier as a functional interface that takes no value and returns a result. So this will be the way by which we can create computable interface, computable future. Okay, so in this is the future we are here storing with the help of the computable future. Okay, so what we are doing a computer future data supply async, and we are passing here returning hello from computable future. We are returning here inside, it is taking the callable method, callable interface. So it's returning here string. So future is also a way to do the synchronous programming. Okay, and computable future is also is way to do the computable to asynchronous programming. Okay, but problem is there, that means there is some problem in future class, future interface, and some advantage is there in computable future. So basically we try to use computable future instead of future interface. So this is the way by which we can do. So what will be the output in this scenario? We are getting future dot get. Okay, so our output will be hello from computable future. Okay, so like this we can create. So we'll see coding also. So we are trying to understand how can we create. So it will be easy to understand at the time of coding. It will not take more time to do everything. So composing computable future. Okay, so we can compose computable future. So how can we do? So see, one of the powerful feature of the computable future is ability to compose multiple asynchronous operation. We can use method then like we have then apply, okay, then combine, then compose, okay, to perform operations on result of computable future and create a new computable future as a result. So this is the advantage of computable future. It is not available in future interface. Okay, so we have a method. Okay, after getting our result we can do some we can perform further operation. I think we have various method, 10 to 15 methods. We can see one by one. We'll see important method and remaining things we can do by yourself to understand easily. So how can we do here what we are doing to we are composing. So I have created three hello future, okay, with the supplying hello and greeting future. Okay, what I'm trying to do here, combining both the future with that of the hello future. Okay, this is the first one, and then combine greeting future, and this will take function as a argument. They are providing m1 m2 and m1 plus m2. We are combining it, so our output will be like hello world. So this is the concatenation. So our output will be hello plus world, hello world. So like this we can compose with that of the computable future. It is possible, but it's not possible in future interface. So let's move for next. This creates two instances of the computable future that returns hello and world. Okay, so the first will be hello and second will be world. Then combine the result of both the computable futures are concatenated and result as a final result. So here it's a combining. So hello future dot then combine method is available. Okay, it's and then we are combining here. Let's move for next topic, handling exception. Yeah, it's possible to handle exception in computable future. So we'll try to understand how can we do. So computable futures provide method like exceptionally. So this is the method exceptionally. Here we have already written. Okay, and handle to exceptionally and handle exception and errors that might happen during asynchronous computation, and a provide fallback value to or perform some alternative operation. So here what we are providing, if we get this exception like supply.async method we are calling, here we'll get the arithmetic exception because we are dividing 10 by 0. So we will get the arithmetic exception. So when we will get a exception, so our result will be 0. Will not get any exception. Okay, so if you print this result get dot future dot get, so you will get output 0. Okay, because of this exceptionally method we are getting 0 instead of error exception. So this is a feature of a computable future. So it is not possible in future interface. So let's move for next topic. Next thing, inside supply async, when 10 is divided by 0, it will throw arithmetic exception and control will go to exceptionally block n, which is return, which in turn return 0. Okay, so just now we explained everything, so it's the same. Let's move for next topic, which is difference between future and computable future. This is most important topic according to interview. So we'll try to understand one by one. In future interface, okay, represent the result of a synchronous computation. Extend future with more feature for asynchronous programming. Okay, so we can also do asynchronous programming with that of the future interface, but there are some more features with that of the computable future. Just now we seen we have chaining method, we can combine, okay, we can do then apply. So and blocking operations. So get is blocking. So if you use get method, so it will block, it will allow only one thread to execute at a time. Okay, so once it will wait till completion of your first, then it will try to execute next task. Okay, that thread will execute next task, so your thread will be blocked till completion of your task. Okay, supports non-blocking composition. So we have then apply then compose etc. Okay, so with that we can do non-blocking composition and completion handling. This is the completion handling. So limited support for handling completion or error. So we haven't more features to handle exception, like just now we seen, okay, in previous video we have exceptionally, okay. So this feature is available in computable future explicit method like complete exceptionally, handle, okay. So this will this this method we can use to handle the exception for handling result and exception, okay. Composition, limited chaining and composition. Just now we seen we have 3 to 4 methods in we in future interface, but we have, I think, we have various methods, chaining method in computable futures for the better asynchronous programming, okay. Fluent API. So error handling, exception thrown by get method, okay, and handler and exceptionally method, error equilibrium and handling, okay. So exception, this will throw the exception, get method, and handle and exceptionally method for error recovery and handling. So just now we seen with the help of the exceptionally we can handle the exception. We can, with the help of the handle also, we can handle exception. Non-blocking API, no explicit support for non-blocking API, and supports non-blocking in completion when complete and then accept. Okay, so we have method to do non-blocking completion with the help of completable future. Combining future limit like get, limited support. Okay, like if you see we use get, then it will be block. Your thread will be blocked the completion of your task, okay. But we have then combine, then accept both, okay, for combining result of multiple features. Just now we seen then combine, so they so we combine the result of first feature and second feature, and then we got the result hello world. So it is possible in computable future. Timeout cancellation, no explicit support for timeline cancellation, and support setting timeout or timeout complete on timeout and cancellation cancel, okay. So we have support for this timeout and cancellation also. API flexibility, basic API for asynchronous result, basic API for asynchronous result. So we have basic API and enhanced API for asynchronous programming with advanced feature, okay. So we have enhanced feature in computable feature. So I think we have discussed everything. We understood the concept of future interface and computable future interface. So now we are going to do some coding part so that you will understand easily. Let's start the coding. We'll try to understand everything, okay. So I have taken one class, okay, computable future example. So there I'm going to create the executor service quickly, okay. Executor service equal to executor executors dot executors is a class, executors dot, this is a class available in concurrent dot new fixed thread pool you can use, okay. So we are creating 10 thread inside the thread pool. So we'll try to quickly service dot, we have submit method, okay. In submit method we have callable runnable task also. So we will use commit method, and here we'll write one lambda expression quickly to understand so how future works. So here we are going to write call method which is inside the callable. So we are using the lambda expression. So return future hello from future, okay. So this is completed. So now we'll try to do service dot submit. So already service dot submit already we did, okay. So it will store some value. So what will be the, where it will store? So we have to provide future. So future we have to store, it will store. So PTURE, yes, right, it will right. So we have to import this future, and the return type you can also sign string, okay, because we are returning a string. So let's print the value future dot get with the help of the get we have like methods like get is done, okay, it's cancelled just now we seen. So future dot get, so we can fetch the value of a string, okay, future dot get. So we have to throw the exception, we can throw the exception, it will throw the declaration, okay. So we have interrupted exception and execution exception. So let's print the value sys out, print the value of future dot get, okay, what we are getting in future dot get we'll try to print here. And let's see the value future value, okay. Going to run quickly, I'm going to clear the console and run as java application, okay, hello from future. So we are getting, so what we did here, so created one executor service with 10 fixed thread pools, okay. And we are trying to uh, use submit method with the this executor service, okay. And we are returning hello from future one string, and we are storing with the help of the future interface. So we can do synchronous programming here with the help of the future, but we haven't chaining method to do combined, okay, or then apply with same like computable future. So it is not possible, okay, if you want to combine, so it is not possible. Like let's try, okay. So like we have a future, so if you do can future, you can do future 2 and future 1, okay. If we'll try like, so future 1 is there, okay, because that you are getting exception. So future 1 dot, okay. So if we'll try, we will not get any like then combine method like this, okay. So we haven't any chaining method, we can't combine anything after the execution of your future, okay. But it is possible, you can do in future computable future interface, okay. So this because of this computable future got introduced in java 1.8. So let's do with the help of the computable future. Here I'm going to use computable future, okay. I'm going to use computable future, yeah, see, and com, com future I'm using here, okay, com future 1. But what we can do here, we can't use the service method. We have what we have, so we have methods like, we have to computable future, we have method, we have supply async method, which is static method just now we discussed, okay. So computable future computable interface we have to call, and then supply async, okay, we have. So here we can provide any supplier, so we are going to write here one callable, same like we are going to write same logic we have just now we have written it here in submit, okay, copy and paste, yeah. So hello from computable future, or we can write here hello, okay. So hello we are going to write, so going to print the value, okay. So sys out computable future dot get. So let's run and check what we are getting here, computable future. So let's print computable completable completable not, so this spelling should be correct, I think it should be correct. So this should be completable future, okay. So let's run and check what we are getting. Yeah, we are getting hello, okay. So with the help of the computable future we can also do asynchronous programming, it is possible, okay, same like future, but we have some added advantage, we have some added features. So we'll try to see in this video. So what we are going to do here next, we are going to create another computable future, okay. So we are going to do computer future 2 and we'll try to combine. Okay, so supply async hello. Here we are, I'm going to return world. Okay, so we have computer future 1 and computer future 2, so I'm going to combine both. Okay, let's print. Okay, let's print alone and then we'll try to combine both. Okay, so now it should be here world. So let's print world, run as Java. Yeah, hello, we are getting hello. Why we are getting hello? Because we are not printing computer future 2. We should print computer future 2 here and then try to run again. Okay, so what we are getting here, we are getting world. Okay, so we are getting hello and we are getting world. With that, with the computer future we are getting. So now we are going to combine both. Okay, so it is possible with the help of computable future. Completable future. Okay, so computer future 1 dot, we have methods. Okay, like accept, either apply, okay, cancel, complete. Okay, so we can see one by one. Okay, so we'll touch only the important method and you can do some R&D and you will get some idea. So we are going to combine, then combine, we have overloaded method we have. So we are going to then combine, going to use say by function and completable stage we can pass. So we'll pass, going to combine 1 with 2. So we'll do here 2, computer future 2, and then function like m1 m2. What we are going to do, perform, we are going to concatenate m1 and m2. So we are going to concatenate m1 m2. So here we can provide one space. Okay, so we'll get hello world. So try to store inside completable future. Okay, completable. So what was, so sorry, completable future combine if you future. Okay, so let's try. So what will be the type, the unique type string. So make it a string. Okay, and then print it, this out. Okay, print combine future. Let's print and check what will you get. Okay, going to run as Java application. Yeah, completed normally. Okay, so I think we have to use get method to get the string. Okay, so we are using get method. So let's run again, because we are getting hash code here. Yeah, we are getting hello world. So it is possible to combine two computable features. Okay, with the help of the uh, we have methods like then combine. Okay, and we have another method. We also try to, we have then apply, I think then apply. So we can also do some operation. Okay, like then apply. So we'll do quickly, we'll try to use then apply also. Okay, so we have combine future. Okay, and combine future dot then apply. Okay, so it will take function, it is a overloaded method. So async, that means the it will use multiple threads. Okay, and apply. So function, so it's take function. So what we'll do, we'll try to modify, like we have x and we are doing x plus, what we are trying to do here, mapping, we are trying to do mapping. So we have already hello world. So hello world, so we can do like welcome to, yeah, or hello world x. We can make it hello world FRIEN friends. I'm going to write here hello world friends. So Okay, so we have already got the combined future. Okay, so there we are going to add some more value. Okay, so it should be hello world friends. So let's check it's working or not. So we have to store this value inside any immutable future. So make it, then apply a future. Okay, so let's run it's working or not. So sys out and then apply. So let's run, we'll check what is the output. Yeah, so here we have to put get method, then we'll get, I think. Let's run again. So ping, yeah, hello world friends. Yeah, so it's possible with the help of computable feature. Okay, so this is the advantage of computable feature, because nowadays people are using computable feature. Date and time API in Java 8. So Java 8 introduced a new date and time API in the Java.time package to address many of the shortcomings of the old Java.util.date and Java.util.calendar. Okay, before the Java 8, so you can use date and calendar classes to perform the date related things. Okay, so but in Java 8 we have Java.time package, so there all the classes will be available which is related to Java 8 date and time. Okay, so this new API is more comprehensive, immutable and thread safe. So it's a immutable and thread safe. Here are some key features and examples of Java 8 date and time API. So we are going to see key features, so key classes. So we have local date. Okay, so represent a date, year, month, day without a time zone with that of the local date. You can use this is a class. And local time, so represent a time, hour, minute, second and nanosecond without a date or time zone. Okay, so local date and time. Okay, so combine local date and time and representing both date and time without a time zone. So this is also a class. Okay, so with that of the local date you can use for only for date purpose. Okay, for local time you can use only for time purpose if you want to get only time. Okay, if you want to uh, get both date and time, then you can use local date and time class to get the combined local date and local time. Okay, so we have zone date time with, so represent the date and time with zone time zone. So with the help of the time zone you can get the date and time. Okay, instant represent a point in time stamp with nanosecond precision. Okay, so we'll get the current time. Okay, with the help of this instant. Duration, we have represented duration or amount of time in second and nanosecond. So it represents the duration. Okay, in second and nanosecond. And period, we have period, so represent a period in year, month and date. So we'll try to understand in next slides duration and time, what is the difference between duration and time, and all the concept, how can you create duration between two time given two scenario. Okay, so we are going to comparison. So we are going to compare immunity and thread safe. Okay, so before Java 8, Java.tutorial date and Java.tutorial.calendar package over there. Okay, so with the help of that we can do that date related things. Okay, so here date and calendars classes are immutable. So date and calendar classes are immutable, which means their state can be changed after they are created. Okay, these are mutable. Okay, that means that you can change the stage state that can be changed after the creation. Okay, so this can lead to unexpected behavior and bug, especially in a multi-threaded environment. So because of this, so it can create problem in multi-threaded environment, because any other thread can modify that, and next thread will get the wrong data, okay, modified data. So not thread safe, so it's a not thread safe. Date class and calendar class is not thread safe, which means you need to synchronize access to instance of these classes if they are shared between threads. Okay, so it's a not thread safe, so it is not better to use in multi-threaded environment. If you are using, then you have to synchronize. Okay, then Java 8. Okay, inside the Java 8, all classes in the Java.time package are immutable and thread safe. Okay, so before the Java 8, date and calendar classes were there. Okay, both are not thread safe. Okay, but in Java they introduce some classes, okay, which will be related to date. Okay, uh, all classes will be available inside Java.time. Okay, so there is no ambiguity, so there is no any confusion. All the classes will be available inside one package, which is Java.time. Okay, all are immutable and thread safe. And before the Java 8, all the classes are not thread safe. This makes in Java 8, this makes it easier to reason about the code and reduce the likelihood of bugs related to share mutable state. Okay, so we are going to talk about design and readability of Java 8 and before the Java 8. So before the Java 8, we are going to, so the date class has a conclusion and error prone API. For instance, month and zero based January 0 and February 1. So it's take 0 as a January and February as 1. Okay, inside date class. Okay, the calendar is complex and difficult to use the simple date and time operation. Okay, so in case of, we are comparing with design and readability, and in Java 8, the API is designed to be fluent and more readable. For example, classes like local date, local time, and local date time and zone date and time, okay, provided a more intuitive way to work with date and time. So it is easy to use local date, local date time, and zone date time classes, okay, in Java 8. So before Java 8 and in Java 8, so how can we create? So before Java 8, we have calendar class and we have date class to create the, so here we did calendar, created the new instance of calendar.get instance, and calendar.set, we are setting the year, month, and date. Okay, so month are zero based, so zero based, that means the zero will be January and one will be February. Okay, so like this, and date equal to calendar.get time. So here if you print the date, you will get the date. Okay, and in Java 8, how can you do, how can you achieve local date equal to local date dot off. Okay, like to 24 2024 7 and 27, so more readable and intuitive. Okay, so like this, with the help of the local date, you can get the date in Java 8, and before the Java 8, we have to do like this, like, so time zone and offset. So we are going to compare time zone and offset wise. Okay, so before Java 8, limited support of time zone. Okay, before Java 8, we have class, we have date and calendar class to achieve the data things. So limited support for time zone, handling time zone and daylight saving, the adjustment can be cumbersome. Okay, date class does not contain time zone information, so date class does not contain time zone information. So there is a disadvantage of date class. So in Java 8, comprehensive support for time zone with zone ID, zone date time, and offset date time. Okay, with the zone ID, zone date time, and offset date and time, we can achieve time zone. So this is the example how can we achieve. So before the Java 8, how and in Java 8. So before the Java 8, how can we do time zone? You have to create the instance of the time zone. Okay, we have to provide the time zone calendar dot get instance with the time zone we have to provide inside the calendar. Okay, and there will get the one instance of calendar, and calendar dot set, we have to set the year, month, and okay, so like this we have to set, and at last we'll get the date dot get time. So here you will get the date and time. So like this, so this will be the hours and hours and minute. Okay, and this will be the date, month, and year. Okay, so like this we can get a date and time with time zone. Okay, in Java before the Java 8, and in Java 8 if you want to use, then you can do like this. We have a class like, we have a class zone date time, and we can do dot off here, provide year, month, date, time. Okay, minute, second, and millisecond, and this will be zone ID. So here we provide the America, New York. Okay, same like this. So with that of the time zone, we can get the date time. Okay, with that of the Java 8, but we have to use this class. So this is easy to use, and this is easy to use in multi-thread environment also. This is thread safe. Okay, before Java 8, date class provides millisecond precision. Okay, and in Java 8 provides nanosecond precision with classes like instance and local date. So before the Java 8, we were getting only millisecond precision, but in Java 8 nanosecond precision also available. Okay, so this is also advantage. uh, and parsing and formatting, we are going to compare between Java 8 and before the Java 8. So before the Java 8, parsing and formatting, dates require the use of simple date format. Okay, which is not thread safe and can be error prone. Okay, so if you want to do the parsing related things and formatting related things, then we have to use simple date format before the Java 8. And in Java, okay, before the Java 8, in Java 8, you can use time date formatter. Okay, for the format the your date and time. Okay, so like this you can use. So which is, and date time formatter is immutable and thread safe, so it is easy to use in multi-threaded environment. So how can you use? This is example you can take. Before Java 8, simple date format class is there. You're getting the instance, okay, providing the format in which format you want to print. Okay, so dd y 4 time y. Okay, so date is equal to format or parse. This date will be passed in this format. Okay, and in Java 8, if you want to use, so you can use date time formatter of pattern. Okay, and you can provide the pattern, and local date dot parse, you can provide the date and formatter, and we will get the instance of date. Okay, and like this you can achieve the formatting, parsing and formatting inside Java 8, so which is thread safe and immutable. So comprehensive API, before Java 8, limited and inconsistent API, making it difficult to perform certain operation. Okay, but in Java 8, you can perform a rich and consistent API covering the wide range wide range of use cases, including duration of time based amount, second and nanosecond. So we have second and nanosecond also inside Java 8. Period of date based amount, we have period, year, month, and day. So we have duration and period inside the Java 8. So we'll see a difference between the duration and period. Okay, so duration, that means the time based, and period, that means the year, month, and day based. So you'll get the duration in. So let's imagine you are going to we have two time, okay, two date, and you are going to compare between what will be the difference between the both the day. That means the two. So what will be your date of birth like? So let's imagine your date of birth is 1st January 1990, okay, and then you want to calculate the date of birth. So in this scenario you can use period, okay. So you'll get the actual, like you will get the 24 years like, and 6 month, and like 1 day or 2 days. So like this you will get the difference between both the your start date and end date, okay. That means the your date of birth and today date. So you are going to differentiate between your date of birth and your da- current date or time. So we'll get the difference between both. So you can achieve with the help of the period, okay. And if you want to differentiate time second wise and nanosecond wise, so how can you do? So from today morning, from 8 p.m. To till time, from 8 a.m. to till time, if you want to calculate the how many nanoseconds if you have spent till now, then you can nanosecond or second, so we can achieve with that of the duration, okay. So let's imagine it's a 10 a.m. is going on, okay, and you are calculating from 8 a.m. So what will be the difference? So difference between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. will be 2 hours, okay. So if you want to calculate in second, so firstly 2 hours will be converted into 120 minute, and 120 minute will be converted into second. So 120 into 60, okay, so it will be almost 7200 seconds, okay. So that will be the duration between two time interval. So that is the example of, I hope you understood the duration and period. So in next coding tutorial we'll try to understand duration and period. So we are going to see summary. So the Java 8 date and time API offers a much more modern, consistent, and powerful approach to handling date and time compared to older Java.util.date and Java.util.calendar classes. It provides immutability, thread safety, better readability, and comprehensive support for various date and time operations, making it the preferred choice for modern Java application. So this is the conclusion of our new Java 8 date and time API. So we are going to see coding wise, okay. So we'll perform coding wise, and we'll see what is the difference between your uh, how can you achieve all the date and time API inside Java 8 with the help of the code. So did some I already did some R&D on that. So we'll see one by one. So creating local date, local time, and local date and time. So if you want to achieve only the date related things, so we can achieve like this local date dot now. So we will get the date. So let's print and check. Are we getting the current date? So I'm going to use the current control.f11 to run this. So this is the shortcut to run. So we're getting the date. So it's a matching. So the today date is 3rd of August. So we are getting here 3rd of August 2024. So in Java 8 we can achieve like this. If you want to print only date, we can achieve, okay. And if you want to print only time, then we have class which is local time, okay. This is the class which is introduced in Java 1.8, okay. So it implements these interfaces, okay, and there we can get only time related things. So no need to provide date related things. So going to print time. So let's print and check. Going to do run, okay. So we are getting a time, okay, which is 5:06 p.m., okay. This is the hour, this is the minute, and this is the second, and sorry, this will be the hour, minute, second, and millisecond. So we are getting them only time. So if you want to print both date and time together, then we can with the help of this local date and time. Okay, so this is local date and time is a class which is also introduced in Java 8. Okay, you can see this in Java 1.8. With the help of that, you can print both date and time. This will be the date and this will be the time. So let's print date and time. How can you do? We are going to run. So here we are getting date, and this is will be the time with second and millisecond. So we are getting, so we can get all date, time, and date and time together. Okay, so like this we can achieve inside Java 8. So how can we do zone wise? So we can do like this. Zone id we can provide inside the zone id dot off. Okay, and we have zoned date time. Okay, this is the class which is introduced in Java 8. So all the classes will be available inside one package, which is java.time. So this is also advantage of Java 8, because date and calendar. So like this we can achieve the zone based date and time. So we are going to print. Let's see how we get it. Let's going to run it. Okay, so here we are getting zone date and time. Okay, so zone wise, so we have provided America, New York. Okay, so we can change zone ID also. Okay, according to, so if we'll go to zone ID, so we'll get the various zone ID. See, these are the zone ID you can use. Asia Kolkata is also available. Okay, so these are the zone ID you can use according to your requirement. Okay, so here we are using America, New York for this tutorial. Okay, so we can achieve zone related date and time with the help of zoned date and date time class. Okay, like this. So we have instance class for creating instance. So with the help of this instant class we can get the current time. Okay, so let's print and check. So we are going to run it instant. So here we are getting current date and time. Okay, in year, month, and this is will be the day. Okay, 3rd of August 2024, and here we are getting the time. So now formatting and parsing date. How can you do? So we with the help of the date time formatter. Okay, and local date time. So before the Java 8 formatter. Okay, so we can do like this. We have formatter. So Java date time formatter is there. Okay, so let's check. So it's introduced in Java 1.8. So here we are providing the format pattern of your date and time. So we're providing for time y, mm, dd, and our hh, mm, minute, and ss second. Okay, formatter, and that formatter we are getting one instance of, uh, and we are what we are doing here. So formatter we are printing date time dot format. So this will be the date time. So date time is already, we have already assigned here local date and time. Okay, and we will print formatted date and time here. Okay, so like this we can achieve. So let's print, and that formatted date and time we are using here. Okay, so this is we have already given the date time. Okay, we are parsing here, and we are printing here past date and time. Okay, so let's print and check is it working correct or not. This class is also related to this class is related to format to date and time, and this class is related to parsing. We are parsing here local date time dot parse. Okay, so both classes are related to Java 8. So let's check is it available. local date time. Yeah, both classes are related to Java, but there is no here in documentation they haven't written anything. Okay, let's print and check the result. What we are getting? Parse date and time. Yeah, we are getting here 2024 8 1, and this will be the 10 15 and 30. Okay, we are getting, so we are getting like this. Our format will be 4 time y, y, 2 times m, dd, So we are getting in same format here. Okay, and we have already given the one date and time. Okay, so we are getting the same result here. Okay, so with the help of the uh, date time formatter and local date and time we can achieve. So let's understand the duration. So we have we have given one start and end time. Okay, so this will be the time. So we are going to calculate duration between time interval. Okay, so this will be the start time and this will be the end time. Okay, so this will be the hour, minute and second. Okay, and this will be the hour, minute and second. So this is 10 p.m 59 minute and 30 seconds. So this will be the your sorry this will be 10 a.m 59 minute and 30 second, and this will be the 11 a.m 0 minute and 0 second. So this will be the your first time interval. Okay, so we are going to calculate what will be the difference between both the time intervals. So this will be the second given time. Okay, so according to this scenario it should be a difference between both will be 30 second only. Okay, because that after 30 second we'll get the 11 a.m. Okay, so this is 10 a.m 59 minute and 30 second, and after 30 second you will get the 11 a.m. Okay, so difference should be 30 second, but we are going to calculate the duration between both the time interval with the help of our Java 8 APIs. Okay, so it should provide in second it should provide 30 second. So calculate duration between start and time. Start and in the time we're going to calculate. So with the duration, we have a duration class which is introduced in Java 8. Okay, uh, let's check once. Okay, duration Java 8 is introduced in Java 8. So duration dot between. So we have given here start and end time. Okay, so we'll get here duration. Okay, and duration dot get second. That means that we'll get the duration in second format. Okay, duration dot get second you will get in second. If you want to get inside nanosecond, then you can get in millisecond also you can get. So all the methods are available by which we can convert your duration in your given in your required time format like second, minute and hours you can convert. Okay, so we are converting in second here. So we are going to print second. Let's print and check are we getting correct second or not. Difference between both the time, both the duration, it should be 30 seconds. So let's run and check. Going to run. So we are getting duration in second, we are getting 30 seconds. So this is the correct one. Okay, that means it's working perfect. So local time and what we are doing here we'll try to understand. This is a start. Okay, so this is our first given time. Okay, a dot plus duration. So duration will be 30 second, we are getting a 30 second. So start time plus duration, that means if you are trying to add your first time to your duration, that means the so duration is your difference between first time time and second time. Okay, so here start dot plus, so it should be your given time. That means the if you will add your first time to plus 30 second, then it should be second time. That means that it should be 11 a.m. So here we are also trying to add. Okay, so we have a start. That means that we have this first time. Okay, which is 10 a.m. 59 minute and 30 second, and plus duration. So here we are getting duration 30 second. So if you do the plus of the first plus 30, so it should be 11 a.m. You should get 11 a.m. So let's print and check we are getting 11 a.m. or not. Okay, so this is the modified time. So we'll get the look. We can do in Java. We can achieve like this: start dot plus, okay, and duration, and it should be available in local time. So let's print and check. It should be 11 a.m. So I'm going to print. So here we are getting 11 a.m. Okay, that means the we can achieve like this. So duration is also working perfect. I think I hope you understood the duration concept also, which is in Java 8. So now we are going to understand the period in Java 8. So same like the duration, we have period. So period we can that means the differentiate in year, month, and okay, and day. So we have a start day and end day. Okay, start date, that means the 1st January 2022 and 1st August 2024. This will be the end date. Okay, start and end date. So we are going to calculate period. So period dot between start date and end date we provided, and here it should print display the period in year, month, and day. So it should be print in year, month, and day. So let's print the difference between the start date and end date. Okay, so let's print and calculate. So difference between start date and end date will be 4 years 7 month and 0 day. So we are calculating difference between 1st of January 2022 and 1st of August 2024. 1st of January 2020 and 1st of August 2024. So our difference will be 4 years 7 month and 0 days. Okay, so like this we can get the difference between two given period. We can achieve with the help of the Java APIs. So with the help of the period class. Okay, so like this we can achieve. And same thing we can do plus, like a start date plus plus period. Okay, so our start date will be first of January 2020, and if you are going to plus period, so our period will be 4 years 7 month and 0 day. Okay, so you are going to plus here, you will get the new date, which is second end date. Okay, so here in if new date, if you will try to print, you will get the end date. Let's print and check. So display the new date after adding the period. So let's print. So we are getting here, okay, 1st of August 2024. Okay, so that means our analysis is correct and it's working good. So period is also working good. So like this we can achieve period in Java 8. Okay, so I hope you understood the period concept also. So now we are going to temporal adjuster. Okay, so date with temporal adjuster dot first day of month. Okay, first day of month. Let's print and check what it is giving. So it's giving 1st of August 2024. So today date is 3rd of August 2024, and we are getting 1st of August 2024. That means we are getting first day of month. So this is August month. Okay, so this is 3rd of August, but we are getting here 1st of August. So if you want to get the first day of your current month, okay, first date of your any month, then you can achieve like this. Okay, which returns a new date set to first day of your current month. This is purpose of temporal adjuster. This class is also introduced in Java 1.8. So with the help of this class, you can get the date of first date of your class, first date of your month, current month. Okay, so like this you can achieve. I hope you understood all the points, okay, which we discussed, okay, in this tutorial. If there is any doubt, please comment. I try to cover what is Steam API? Okay, so introduced in Java 8, Steam API is used to process collections of object. A stream in Java is a sequence of objects that supports various methods that can be pipelined to produce the desired result. Okay, so it is introduced in Java 8. Okay, and stream API is used to process collections of object. So you can't store, you develop the stream API, so we can process the object. Okay, so it is for the processing purpose, not for the storing purpose. Stream in Java is a sequence of object that supports various methods that can be pipelined to produce the desired result. Okay, the Steam API in Java, it is a powerful tool designed to simplify the manipulation and processing of data collections such as list, set, and array. So you can use Steam API on list, set, and arrays. Okay, it introduced a new functional programming style allowing developers to perform operations on collections more concisely and efficiently. The Steam APIs allows for the creation of pipelines of operations on data in a declarative way, focusing on what to do with data rather than how to do it. Okay, so it's more focused on how to do it rather than what to do. So use of Steam API we are going to see. Steam API is a way to express the process collections of objects, enable us to perform operations like filtering, mapping, reduce, and sorting. So we can perform filtering, mapping, reducing, and sorting. So we have some methods in Steam API. For filtering, we have filter method. For mapping, we have map method. Reducing, we have reduce method. For sorting, we have sorted method. So with the help of these all methods, okay, we can perform the certain operations. And Java Steam API's features. We are going to see features of Java Steam API. A Steam API is not a data structure. Instead, it takes input from collections, array, or output channels. Like just now we discussed, so we can't store anything in Steam API. Like same like in array list, you can store multiples objects. Okay, but in data, but in Steam API, Steam there is, we can't store. We can do some further operation. We can do. Okay, we can process like we can do filter, we can do map, we can do sort. So it is not a data structure. We use it to process some like mapping, filtering, sorting. Okay, process some operation, we can use this Steam API. So Steams does not change the original data structure, they only provide the result as per the pipeline methods. Okay, so it does not change any data structure. If you are using array list, so it will perform some operation on array list only. If you are using set, so it will perform some operation on set only. Each intermediate operation is lazily executed and return a step as a result. Hence, various intermediate operations can be pipelined. Terminal operation mark the end of the step and return the result. So we use intermediate operation, okay, to perform the various operations, and terminal method to collect the result. So this is the architecture, okay, diagram of Steam API. Okay, so we will try to understand how it's works. So this is the input. Okay, so maybe will if you have any list, okay, list of student, then you can make it a stream. Okay, so with the list of a stream, we can make it a stream. So our list will be the input. Okay, and we have input, then we can make it a stream, and with the help of the literal stream, and we can perform the terminal operations. Okay, like we have a method like here we can perform filter. Okay, if you want to filter something, okay, then we can in operation one we can do filter. Okay, like we can filter the employee whose age is greater than 25. So here we can filter. Okay, and second operation 2 we can also perform. Okay, so like we can map here. Okay, so we can enhance, increase the salary of plus 10,000. Okay, we can filter the employee whose age is more than 25, and on that employee salary, okay, we can multiply into 2. So we can here do mapping thing, and here we can do sorting thing. So we can perform multiple operation using these terminal methods. So here, with the help of the sorted method, we can do sorting things, okay. With the help of the map method, we can do mapping here, and with the help of filter method, we can filter you can filter your things, okay. So we can perform various terminal methods one by one, so it's a chaining method. And after that, we have terminal method, so we can perform one terminal method, and with the terminal method we can get the result, we can fetch the result. So we use it to in which format you want to get the result. Like if you want to get map, then you can use map, okay. If you want to do it list, then you can use collector dot to list, like this. So here you can use terminal method. Like we have reduce method, terminal method, we have collect method, okay, we have map to method, okay, and then at last we'll get the output, okay. So this is a diagram of STMAPI, how it works, okay. So intermediate and terminal methods, terminal operations diagram. So let's just start new things, which is benefit of the Java stream. So laziness. Intermediate operations are lazy, meaning they are not executed until a terminal operations is called. Okay, so intermediate operations are lazy. So meaning that they are not executed until terminal method. So with the help of intermediate methods, we can't get the result. We have to find at last we have to perform the terminal operations. Okay, this allows the optimization of processing, especially in large data set. And parallelism. So a stream can be executed sequentially or in parallel using parallel stream. So we can, with the help of the parallel stream, you can make it multiple. It will execute it with the help of the multiple threads. You can use a stream also. You can use parallel stream also. So there is a difference between both. And parallel stream take advantage of multi-core processors, making data processing faster. Okay, so it's obvious your operations will be faster because you are using multiple threads to perform this parallel stream, to execute this stream concept, okay. So stateness and immutability. The stream do not store elements in the stream, they process data as pipelines, as we discussed earlier. So it is not a data structure to store something, any object. It is to it we use it to process something, okay, like mapping, like filtering, like sorting, okay. And difference operations on stream, okay. So we can perform intermediate operations, okay. So these operations transform the stream but does not produce a result until a terminal operation is invoked, just now we discussed, okay. So this intermediate operations, we can perform some operations but we can't get the result until terminal method is invoked. Example, we have filter method, okay. It is also terminal method. We use it to filtering the things, map for mapping the things, sorted to sort the element. And we have terminal operations, okay. So these operations produce a result of upside effect, and after a terminal operation is executed, the stream is considered consumed and can be no longer be used, okay. So after the completion of the terminal method, we can't do the further operation, okay. So it will be the last of your operation and you will get the result. Example includes like for each method, okay. So it's a terminal operation, collect is a terminal operation, reduce is a terminal method. So, like we have some also max also, these are all the terminal methods. And intermediate operations. So characteristics of intermediate operations, okay, methods are chained together, so you can perform one by one. Like in diagram we have seen, we can do filtering, filtering, mapping and sorting everything in a with the help of the one stream only. No need to take another stream, and you have to, you can perform one operation, multiple operation one by one. This is the advantage of intermediate operation. Intermediate operations transform a stream into another stream, okay. So it's transform a stream into another stream, it will take in stream and it will also produce a stream. It enables the concept of filtering, it enables the concept of filtering, where one method filters data and passes it to another method after processing. Okay, so if you are using the filter method, or this is example of filter method, so it will take the uh, like it will take the input like stream, and it will also produce the stream input. Okay, so on this stream input you can also perform the further operation, like if you are doing stream dot filter, then after filtering, if you want to do map, then you can use stream dot filter dot map. If you want to do sorting, the dot sort you can do. So you can perform further operations and intermediate operation. So these are the methods like map. Okay, the map method is used to return a stream consisting of the result of applying the given function to the elements of this stream. Okay, so this is the map method. Here you can pass the function, okay, you can get. Okay, so this is overview. At last we'll do the coding to understand everything. Okay, this is the filter method, so we can do filter. So filter method is used to select element as per the predicate passed. And so in filter we have to pass the predicate, so predicate takes input and it return true and false. Okay, in boolean it returns. And map, it will take function, it will return result. Okay, and sorted, the sorted method is used to sort the, okay, stream. So inside it takes comparator. Like flatMap method is also intermediate operations. Okay, so it will take to flatten your object, we use this flat map. Okay, so for in one to many mapping. Okay, basically we use this flat map. The flat map operation is Java stream is used to flatten a stream of collection into a single stream of elements. Okay, so input will be our stream into a stream of a stream, and output will be one stream distinct to get the distinct. Okay, and pick, we have performed n operations on each element without modifying the stream. Okay, it returns a stream consisting of elements of this stream, additionally performing the provided action on each elements as elements are consumed from the resulting stream. Okay, so like this we can use, this is a pick method, and the parameter will be consumer. So like this we'll see the basic the explanation of everything in the coding questions. Okay, this is overview. So this is the terminal operation. So we have some terminal operations like collect is a terminal. Okay, collect is a terminal method. For each is a terminal method. Okay, reduce is a terminal method. So we can perform some terminal operation with the help of these methods. Okay, and terminal operation, like we have count also, we have find first also, we have all match also, we have any match also. So these all are the terminal operations. Okay, which we use in Java Steam API. So we're going to cover Steam API questions, interview questions. So we are going to cover all the VVI questions. So I have made one list of interview questions. So first will be how to sort employee by salary in ascending order. Second will be how to sort employee by salary in descending order. Third will be how to sort employee by salary, then by name. Fourth will be how to group employee of similar age. Okay. Fifth will be count number of employee of same age. Sixth will be get name of all employees of same age. Seventh will be how to get nth highest salary of employee. Eighth will be how to get minimum and maximum salary of employee. Ninth will be get average salary of all the employee. 10th will be what is difference between map and flat map with example. 11th will be how to fetch numbers in pair which sum is given number. 12th will be how to add integer array using Java 8. So we are going to cover all the questions and answer with examples in this series. So we'll see one by one. So please be calm and try to understand each and every questions and its example. It might take almost 1 hour to understand each and every point. So please try to understand. Please let me know if you have any doubt. So please comment and let me know the if you have any doubt. So let's get started. ascending order. So first questions will be, so sort employee in ascending by salary. So we have list of employees. Okay, so there we will try to sort by salary. So let's start coding. So we'll see how can we do. So I already created one employee class to save our time. So I created employee class. Employee ID will be there, ID, name, and salary. And this is a constructor where we will initialize the value of employee. Okay, and then we have setters and getters method, and we have twisting method. And this will be the test class. There we have list of employees. I created the 5 employees, and with name, with ID, name, and salary, and this is the list and added in one array list. So now we are going to sort using stream API, which is a very important feature of Java 8. So it is the most important question according to the interview. So let's start. So first we are doing this one. Okay, so we are going to target this sort employee in descending order by salary. So we have list of employee. So what we can do, so for firstly we have to convert list of employee into a stream. For that purpose we have a stream method by which we can convert list to any collection to a stream. Okay, and then we have one method which is sorted method, and inside the sorted method we can sort, like we have comparator, like comparator. Okay, comparator dot comparing, we have comparing. Okay, in comparing method we can provide employee, we are going to do with a method reference. Okay, employee, or we can also do like x x dot, will take method reference like employee, like comparing. Get salary, and then dot collect, to collect the this is a terminal method. Okay, to we have to close this one, two, and then collect method, and here we can do collectors dot to list. So it will be converted into list. Will get, and this one we can initialize to same list. Okay, we are using same list. So here be employee. I think already we have created employee class, so we should able to get employee. Yes, able to get employee, and get salary is also right here. Like get salary, we can also yeah, get salary. This is the right one. So let's check it's working fine or not. According to me, it should work. So we are using here method reference. This is class name, and this is the getter method. Okay, run as Java application. Yeah, let's print so that we can see the output. Sys out. Yeah, list. Let's run again. Yeah, so it's working fine. So let's check output is right or not. Let's, so our salary is we are getting, our salary is getting 10,000, then we are getting 40,000, then we are getting 40,000, 40,000 again, and then we are getting 1,20,000, 1,20,000, 40,000, 40,000. That means we are getting the output in ascending order. So it's working fine. Okay. So let's focus on second question, which is related to descending order. Okay. So let's copy paste question, and we'll comment it. Okay. So same thing we will take, and we'll modify the code. this will not take much time because we have already sorted in descending order. So we have to do in descending order. So what we have to do, so in sorted method we are already doing comparator or comparing. Okay, so so it's providing in ascending order. So it's a chain method. After comparing we can provide one, we have one reverse method. If you will do reverse, then it will be sorted in descending order. So let's check it's working or not. Okay, so our employee will be sorted in descending order. Based on salary we are making descending order. Okay, let's check. So now we are getting salary 12,000. We are getting Sohrab. uh, Sohrab has 1,27,000 salary, and then Vikas has 40,000 salary, and then Rakesh has 40,000 salary, Amit has 40,000 salary. Okay, and Amit has 40,000 salary, and employee ID 2, and Raj has 10,000 salary. That means that we are getting in descending order. Okay, so it's right one. We are getting the result. Let's quickly move to third question, which is related to salary and then name. So we are trying to sort by salary and then name. Okay, that means the our output should be like if we have three employee with same salary, then our output should be like first A should come, then B should come, then R should come. Amit, because then Rakesh, because this should be in ascending order. Okay, it should not be like first Vikas, then Rakesh, then Amit. Okay, so let's try, and you can also do with salary by age, by name. Okay, compared with first by salary and then by age. So this is the most important question in interview, according to interview. So how can we do? Let's copy the previous code and check it how it is, how we can do. So we have already did in descending order, so we are going to remove it because not required. So we have one chaining method. Okay, after comparing we can put then comparing. Okay, comparing and then comparing. So here same it will be, we are using method reference employee colon double colon, we are using get by name here, get name. Okay, so it output should be first it will be sorted by salary, then it will be sorted by name. So let's run and check it is working good or not. Yeah, let's check. You are getting salary 10,000. Okay, it is ascending order. Okay, then if salary is same 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, so firstly Amit should come here. According to the ascending order, A should come first, then B, then R. So here Amit is coming, then it is the right one. Okay, then Vikas is coming, after A B will come. So with salary 40,000, and after that Rakesh is coming because this is R. After B, R will come. Okay, so Rakesh is coming with salary 40,000, and at last Saurav is coming with 1,20,000 salary because this is ascending order. So we are sorted firstly by salary and then by name. So like this we can sort. Okay, so we can do by Java 8 we can sort. So this is the most important topic, Steam API in Java 8. So we'll do one by one question according to our scenario. API. So now we are going to learn new thing which is group by. So these are the questions we'll cover one by one. First question, group by age. Actually we are going to take here group of employees. Okay, they are with ID, name, salary and age. So 5 to 6 elements will be there. So we will sort according to group, according to age. So let's imagine if we have age 25, age 22, age 24. So 25 should be the key, and all the employees uh, who is from 24, it will be grouped in a list, and it will be shown as a output like this. Like key will be the age will be the key, and value will be the all the employees. Okay, so like this it will be grouped. Let's start coding, then it will be easy to understand how can we do. So I have already taken one employee class in which we have id, name, salary, age. This is a constructor, and getters and setters method, and we have one toString method. So already added the most 5 elements. I've added in, taken one list, I've added 5 elements in list. Okay, so this is the previous questions we have attempted in our last video. So now we are going to uh, do group by. So group by age we are going to. So yeah, we'll take and we'll try to modify. Otherwise, we also going to take a list. We have list of employee, list dot stem. So we have made the stem and dot. So group by is a terminal method. So we can get it from the collect method. We have collect method. So from here we have a collectors dot, and we have group by. Yeah. So we can, so by which you want to do group. So we want to group by age. So here we can fetch x dot age. Yeah. So all the employee will be grouped by age. So let's check how it is working. List. Sorry, the output will be in map format. So map, you can take map. Let's print map. So let's clear the console and check how it is working or not. Run as. Yeah, so this is our output. Okay, current one. So we can comment previous one so that you understand. Let's run again. Yeah, so we are getting here. So our age is 20. So we are getting only one employee whose age is 20. So okay, is it right? So now second is 22. So in 22 we are getting uh, id 2, name, Raj, salary, and id 3 and id 5. Okay, so all are from S22 group. Okay, and now we are getting S24. Okay, so age will be here key, and the value will be the list of employees who is from same age. Okay, so now we are getting a 24 and the employee. Okay, so in our case we have only one element which is related to 20 age, and then we have three elements, three employees. Okay, who belongs to 22 age, and then we have only one element who belongs to 24 as. So like this we will get the output, key and value. Okay, so output will be in map format. This is the our fourth. Now we are going to cover next question. So next question will be count number of employees of same age. So we are going to count. Okay, so like this, if only one employee is there whose age is 22, then it count should be 22 and then 1. Okay, and if number of employees is 3, okay, then count will be 3, and if number of employees will be 2, then count will be 2. So key and the value. So value will be the number of the employees who belongs uh, who belongs to same age group. Okay, so like this, like output will be like 1, okay, 3, 2, like here 1, instead of 1 you can make it 21, 22, okay, 23, and we can make it 1. Okay, so 21 will be the age, 22 will be the age, 23 will be the age. 3% are from the same age, and two person are from the same age, which is 22, and one person is from same age, which is 23. Okay, so like this output will be. So let's run. How can we do by code? So we'll quickly copy from top and we'll try to cover. This is our second, we are targeting second question, so we'll make it as a comment so that it will be easy to understand. Yeah, so we have already grouped. Okay, so we need to count only, so this will be the very easy if you already grouped, so it will not take much time to count how many employees are from same group. Okay, we have we have already grouped. We have chain method collectors dot grouping by. Can take collectors dot counting. Yeah, we have counting. So like this we can do. So here our so we can make it map one, or we can make it counted map. Let's check it's running or not. Run as Java application, but this one I think we have to do sys out counted map. Yeah, let's run as Java application. So yeah, we are getting here, yeah, 20 age 20, and only one person is from no, age 20 and number age 22 we are getting 3, age 24 we are getting 1. Okay, so this is right. Okay, because in on top we are getting 3 employees who is from age 22 group, 1 2 3. Okay, so we are getting the correct output. So like this we can count. And now we are going to attempt third one, which is get name of employees of same age. Okay, so here we are going to fetch name, we are not going to fetch count. Okay, like this I will show how output will be. Like name will be just like Raj, Ramesh, Rakesh. Okay, so we'll get only name, will not get the count. Okay, here if name will be the like Raj 1, okay, Raj 2, and here we will get Ravi. Okay, so like this, yeah. So we can make it, output will be like this. That means the age will be the key and value will be the list of employees. So let's do by coding. Quickly we'll do. So we have already did. So we'll copy from top. Okay, we'll make. So we have already grouped everything. So we have counting. So here we are not going to count. Okay, so we have collectors. So we have one mapping method. Okay, so we'll use this mapping method. This is the reducing method. So we have two parameter here. One is function and one is collectors. So function. So we are going to map name wise. So here we'll take employee. Okay, here I'm going to take a method reference. It will be easy. Get name. Okay, and our map. So we are going to make list of employee. Okay, so here we'll use here we'll do collectors dot list. Like, collectors dot to list. Yeah, so we have mapped name to list, so all the names will be stored in list. So we have used one reducing method, which is collectors dot mapping inside grouping by inside collectors. Okay, collectors dot mapping. So this is our name by which we want to map, and the output will be in list. Okay, so like this we can do. So it will return map. Let's change. It will return map. So first key will be integer, and value will be list of employee. Okay, so let's change the name. I think no need to provide the type. You can even change here only name list. Okay, let's check it is working or not. Run as Java application. Yeah, so we are getting here. We are getting S20 and name Saurabh Raj, and S22 name Raj, Vikas and Amit, and S24 Rakesh. Okay, so Rakesh is from 24 age group, and Raj, Vikas and Amit is from 22 age group, and 20 Saurabh is from 20 age group. Okay, so like this we are getting. Previously we were getting number how many employees are from same age. Okay, like 20 we are getting one, 22 we were getting three, and 24 we were getting one. So now we are getting the name of the employees by this way. So like this we can achieve this group by clause in steam apis using java 8. So this is the way. I hope we have already covered 6 questions. Okay, so 3 are related to sorting, and 4 to 6 are related to group. Okay, and we are covering next questions, which is related to highest salary, min max salary, and average salary. So 6, 7, 8 we'll cover in this video. Okay, so let's start from first. So get nth highest salary. So we are going to fetch employee who has nth highest salary. Okay, so we'll do by steam api. So let's start. So I have already did some changes. Okay, so this is the employee class. Okay, I already made to save the time. So need to, so we have already constructor id name salary and age and all getters and setters method. We have test method. So in test method we have already tested the previous questions, which is related to steam api. So we have added 5 employees, okay, in a list. So now we are going to perform our questions. So let's start coding. So for that purpose we have to take, we have already one list. So list of employees. So list dot, we'll make it a steam. So we have a steam method. Okay, so now it became a steam. And now first we'll sort, and then we'll skip. So we are going to fetch the second highest. So we are going to sort, and then we'll skip first element, because we're going to calculate second highest salary, and then we'll find the first one. Like this we can achieve the first second highest salary. So sorted, we have one sorted method. Okay, there we have to sort. I have already written thing in previous video. We have already sorted everything. This is the, this code, yeah, sort in sending out. So this is already written. So how can we sort? Same code we have to write here, and then we can pick the second highest salary. So sorted, the comparator, we have comparator and dot comparing. Okay. Employee, and then get salary. So it will be sorted by salary. Okay, and then we are going to skip. we are going to find second highest salary. So second highest salary. So we'll skip first element. Okay, second. So we'll skip first element and then we'll fetch find first. So this is the way by which we can find the second highest salary. So return type will be the employee emp we are going to fetch. So this will be the list. Return type will be the optional. So yeah, make it optional and then check it is working or not. So in case of the second highest salary, we have to make here one. So we are skipping one element and fetching the top one. Okay, and in case of third highest salary, one will be two and we'll fetch remaining code will be the same. So like this we can achieve the second highest salary or nth highest salary. So let's run and check it's working or not. Yeah, so I have run it. We are fetching here 40,000 salary here 40,000, employee ID is 3, name is Vikas. So let's check. So we have, yeah, so we have 1,20,000 for 60,000, 50,000, 40,000, and 10,000. Okay, so here we are getting 40,000. So it's we are getting the second lowest salary because we have what we did here. We have sorted, but our sorting is in ascending order, so we have to make it in descending order because it will fetch the it will skip first element. That means the if it will be in descending order, that means the uh, top that 1,20,000 will be a first and then 67 will be the second. Okay, so we have to make it in descending order and then we have to skip 1,20,000 and then we have to fetch the second element which is 60,000. Okay, so this code is to find the second lowest salary. So for we have to make descending order. So for that purpose we have reverse method. Okay, so like this we can sort in descending order. So we have sorted employee. Let's check again it's working or not. Yeah, so now we are able to fetch second highest salary, employee second highest salary which is 60,000. Okay, so 1,20,000 is the highest salary and second highest salary is 60,000. So this is the way by which we can fetch second highest salary. And if you remove the reverse, then you will get the second lowest salary. So now let's do the min and max salary. Okay, so we are going to find min and max salary of the employee. Okay, for that purpose we'll take one list. We have a list dot stream. Okay, and dot we have min by and max by. Okay, so we'll use which is available in collect method. Collect is a terminal method, so we'll use and we'll calculate the min and max. Okay, so let's just start collect stream and then collector dot. Yeah, we have averaging, we have group by min and max by. So min by. Okay, so it's comparator. Okay, so it's asking for comparator. So we here we will provide the comparator. Okay, and then comparing. So we are providing in sorting order min by comparing employee and then get salary. min salary emp. So type will be the optional type. Okay, so let's make it optional and let's check it. So sys out min salary emp. Let's run and check it's working or not. Yeah, so we are getting it 10,000. That means the salary should be 10,000. So we are fetching the employee who has a salary 10,000. Okay, so this is right. So it's working fine. So yeah, so we have 10,000. It is a minimum salary. In collect method, we have in collect method we are taking collectors dot min by. Okay, and then it's taking a comparator. So we are comparing. That means the we are sorting. Okay, by salary, and then we are calculating it the minimum salary. Okay, so this is the way by which we can calculate the minimum salary, and we are max for calculating the maximum salary. We have max by. So only we have to replace min instead of max instead of min. Okay, so let's check are we getting max salary or not. Let's run. Yeah, here we are getting employee with 1,20,000 salary. Okay, so it's working fine. So yeah, like this we can get min salary and max salary with employee details. Okay, so let's do the third one, which is average salary of all employee. So let's convert quickly. So how can we find average salary of all employees? So we have list of employees, and we'll make the stream, and then collect. This is the terminal method, and same thing we have to do collectors. Okay, collectors dot we have come averaging double method and averaging int method, averaging long method we can use. So here we are going to use averaging double method. Okay, so here we have to provide the function. Okay, so we are going to provide one employee colon colon, going to use method reference. So salary will be get salary. Okay, yeah, so we have averaging double method. Okay, in collectors. So there so there we are providing one function. So here we are using method reference employee colon colon get salary, because we want average salary of all employees. Okay, so we are providing a get salary. So let's run and check it's working fine or not. So avj salary, I think it should be long. So let's convert into long, sorry, double d. Yeah, double, it should be double, because we are converting salary into double, averaging double. So let's quickly check it's working or not. Average salary, let's run it. Yeah, we are getting 56,000. Okay, let's verify is it right or wrong. One like 20,000, 10,000, 130 plus 40, 170 plus 5, 220 plus 6, 280. 280 divided by 5. Yeah, so 280 divided 5. That means we are getting 56,000. So this is the correct one. Okay. So by this way we can calculate nth highest salary, and then we can calculate the median max salary of any employee. Important according to interview. So map versus flat map. So we are going to understand what is map and what is flat map. So our main focus to understand this with the help of the coding. Okay. So firstly, I will explain what is map and flat maps. I think map is a basic thing. We know we use map in Java Steam APIs to map the object. Okay, and flat map. So I will explain in which scenario map we can use, and in which scenario we can use flat map. So map takes a stream of esteem as parameter and returns a stream of esteem in case of one-to-many mapping. So basically, we use flat map in case of the if you want to map esteem of the stream. Okay. So if you are using map in case of esteem of the stream, if you are doing one-to-many mapping, then in that scenario you will get the stream of esteem output. Okay. So if you are using flat map, so it will take a stream of esteem as parameter and returns steep in case of one-to-many mapping. Okay, that means that you are going to flatten your stream within a stream. So you can use a list within list also. So we can convert list into a stream. So I will show you how we can do so with the help of the coding. Okay, so I have created one employee class. Okay, in which ID, name, salary, age is there, and this is list of string. So here we are storing the addresses. Okay, in form of list of string. So here we'll try to apply the flat map scenario. Okay, so I will show you how can we do. So I have already did the POC, but let's start again. Okay, so firstly we'll use map. Okay, so we have created list of employees here: ID, name, salary, age, and addresses. So this will be the address. Okay, so address will be in form of list of a string. So I created five employee object and added in list. So let's start to understand how can we use map in case of one to many mapping and what will be the result. So we have list and we'll convert into a stream dot map. Okay, so we have like employee. So we'll do e dot get. I think get addresses. Okay, so here we'll get all the addresses and dot you can use a stream collect collectors dot to list collectors. I think this will be collectors, not collector. Collectors dot to list. Define the list of string map example. So map example. So here what will be the return type? It will return list of a string. It is returning list of a stream of a string. Okay, so we have a stream of a string, or we can remove this stream also. I think it will work. The stream also change map to list of. Okay, we have changes list of a string. So when we are mapping address, okay, in map function, so return type will be the list of a string. So let's check how it will print. Okay, let's run and check. Yeah, so this is our output. So we are getting here Patna, Delhi. So this is the address of first employee, and Hyderabad, Delhi. This is the address of second employee. One will be the permanent, one will be the current address. This is address of third. It is in form of the list of a string. So Delhi and Goa, and this is the fourth, fifth. Okay, so we are getting, this is the list of a string. Okay, so this is one list, and this is the main list. So this is the this is case of the list within list. Okay, so in case, if in case of one to many mapping, if you are using map, then we'll get output like this. That means the list within list. So if you want to flatter, that means that you want to uh, print all the addresses in one array list, then in that scenario we can use flat map. Okay, that means our output will be like one only one array list will be there, and then all the addresses will be there, like Patna, Delhi, Hyderabad, Delhi. Okay, so all the repeated will be also there, and we'll try to also remove that repeated one. So let's check in what will happen in case of the flat map. Okay, so how can you flatten all the addresses which you are printing with the help of map. So let's take example list dot stream, and then we're using flat map. Okay, so it will take the function. So we'll take lambda expression e dot get addresses. So here we have addresses dot collect collectors dot to list a list of string. So here return type will be list of string, because we are going to flat everything. Flat map example. Okay, so let's check. So it's asking for can't for type argument flat map. So okay, we'll make it stream e dot get address dot stream. Yeah, so now it's working. So let's print and check what will be the output. Is it flattened or not? So let's print and check. So going to run again, run as Java application. So here we are getting the, this is output of flat map, and this is output of map. Okay, so what is difference? So we got all the addresses, permanent address and present address, in form of list of a string, like Patna, Delhi, Hyderabad, Delhi, Goa, Punjab, Kanpur, Patna. So we have flattened the uh, previous one, so that we were using with the help of the map. Okay, so we got this. So this is the advantage of the flat map. So we got everything in one list. So in case if you want to print only unique addresses, so what we can do, so here we are returning a list. Okay, so we can return set. If you return set, that means it will remove all the duplicacy, and only unique address will be printed. Okay, so let's check what will the output if we use here set to list. So here in collectors we are converting, we are making list to set, and here we'll do set. Okay, so let's print, everything will be same. Let's print and check, are we getting the unique address or not? Yes, we are getting here. So Delhi, Patna, Kanpur, Kerala, Goa, Punjab and Hyderabad. So we are getting all the unique addresses, okay, which is related to permanent or present address. So like this we can differentiate flat map and map. So this is the way, okay, to flat map. Okay, this is a very important question according to interview. So you can practice, and we can do number of question with the help of map and flat map. So I hope you like Java 8. So this is a question which is take array of integer and print numbers which sum is 12 in pair. Okay, so we'll take one integer array and uh, and we'll print the all the numbers which sum is 12. Okay, so this is the input 1 to 9 we're taking, target number is 12, so output will be like this: 3 and 9, 4 and 8, and 5 and 7. So if you add 3 and 9, so output will be 12, addition will be 12, and if you add 4 to 8, this will be 12, and 5 to 7 will be 12. So we are taking the numbers from this array. So like this we have to print. So we'll do with the help of the Java 8. Normally we can also do, but we'll do with Java 8. So let's try how can we do. So I have already taken one class in which I have taken one numbers integer array. Okay, a target number is 12. So same thing we'll do in Stream API. So let's take one range. Okay, so in a Stream we have int stream. So int stream plus 2 range. Okay, stream per range. Okay, so this will same act like for loop. So our from to last. So we are taking here nums dot length. So our loop will start from 0 to length, nums minus length, nums dot length. Okay, then taking for each. So it will point to I, and then so this will be the one loop. So now again we'll take the second loop, same like uppercase what we taken. So int stream dot range. So now our range will be I plus 1. So what we are iterating from 0 to length, so it will be I, and next range will be I plus 1, because we are going to take two loops. So first we'll take from 1 to 9, and if we have already fetched the 1, so it will compare with 2 to 9. Okay, like 1 plus 2 equal to 12. So if it is not equal to, it will check 1 plus 3, then it will check 1 plus 4, then it will check 1 plus 5. Okay, so like this it will check. So firstly it will fetch first element, and then second element will be like I plus 1. Okay, so like this we are going to take in Steam also. So I plus 1 will be our second loop. Last element will be nums minus length. Yeah, it will be same like upper. Now we are going to do here filter. Okay, so inner loop will point to j. So our condition will be like nums I. Okay, nums I plus nums j equal to 12, which is our target. Equal to our target, nums I plus nums j equal to target. Okay, then it will filter, and we're going to map the filtered number. Okay, so we'll take map, and we'll try to map into a string, like output will be. So, output should be like this: I. So output will be like this: I and j. So here I will be nums I, and j will be nums j. Okay, so let's make a string. So string concatenated, we'll take here a string and comma concatenating here, and we'll concatenate this also. Mhm. Yeah, so we concatenate it. Let's print it. Like for printing, we'll take forEach and system dot out colon taking method reference for printing print ln. Okay, let's print and check it's working fine or not. So we are getting some error. String can't convert from string to int. Actually, by default it's taking here int. So we are going to change this method map to object. So it will be applicable for all because we have mapped to a string here. So let's check again. Let's check it's working or not. If not all, we'll clear the console, run as Java application, proceed. Yeah, so we are getting the output like this: 3 9. The sum of 3 9 will be 12. 4 8. Sum of 4 8 will be 12, and 5 7, which is 12. So it's working fine. So thanks for watching. Related to reduce terminal method, so by which we are going to add integer array. We are going to make sum of integer array. So let's just start. So firstly I will explain so how can we do, and firstly we'll understand the theoretical part. So actually normally if you want to do with that of the for loop, you can also do. Okay, so we have to take one count. Okay, it will be 0, and then we have to take a plus b, like we have to add previous one and plus one, like sum is equal to sum plus I, and I will be your the current integer. Okay, so like this you can do, but we are going to do with the help of the reduce. Okay, which is terminal method of the Java 8. So in Java, reducing is a terminal operation. Okay, so terminal operation, that means the which returns the result. So reduce operation applies a binary operation to each element in the stream, where the first argument to the operation operator is the return value of the previous application, and second argument is the current stream element. So first will be the previous one, okay, what we have, and second will be the current one. So it will add both. If you want to add both, then you can add. If you want to multiply, you can multiply, or you can do any operation. Okay, like some min max count are example of the reduce operation. So these all are the example of the reduce method. We can also do some min max count. Okay, so let's just start by coding so you will understand easily. So how can we do? I have taken one array, integer array. Okay, so we'll try to perform sum of all the integer which is available in this nums. Okay, so firstly we'll try to convert this array into a string, because we are going to take, because we are going to do with the help of the stream. So arrays dot stream. So we have double array long. So we are going to take integer array. So we'll put a nums, already put it. So we have a stream. Now we'll do the terminal operation. So we have reduce. Okay, so with the reduce we can do, we have to int binary operator, and second will be the identity and int binary operator. So we are going to use second one. We'll use first one also. So first we are going to use second one. So here this will be the initial value of, you are going to make sum. We are going to do some operation. So this will be the initial value, like sum is equal to 0. Okay, and then we can add. So we have here two, previous one and current one. So a plus b. So these are our parameters, and we are going to perform operation. We are going to use to perform with the lambda expression. So we'll do a plus b. So here what it is doing, we have a and b. So a will be the previous one and b will be the current one. Okay, and we have count 0. Already we have previous one 0. Okay, so here now a will be 0 and b will be current one, like 1. So it will try to add 0 plus 1, then we will get the 1. So now it will be 1, and then a will be 1 and b will be 2. So then it will add a plus b, 1 plus 2, then now it will be 3. So here it will be 3. Okay, and then now it will add 3 plus 4, like this. So A will be previous one and B will be current one. So what we are doing here, what operation we are doing here, A plus B. So we'll get the addition of A plus B. So let's print and check it's working or not. So I think we have did, but we have to store somewhere. So our value like integer sum. So let's print sum. Yeah, let's run and check. So going to clear the console. Okay, so adding one double one. Let's run and check. Yeah, we are getting some 66. That means we are getting the correct result. Okay, so if you add 1 to 10, so it will 55, and plus we are adding 11, that means it will be 66. So if you want to if you want to multiply all the numbers which is available in this list array, okay, integer array, so we can also do like we have to do here, A into B. Okay, so let's print run. What is the output? Yeah, sum we are getting here 1, because multiply we are getting here, so it will be multiply. Okay, so here we'll do multiply. Okay, and let's print multiply. So what we are doing here, so we are doing count equal to, so that means our result is 0 here, so it's multiplying into 0 to 1, and then we'll get 0 again, 0 to 2, then we'll get 0, 0 to 3, then we'll get 0. So we are getting the 0 result. So initially we have to assign here 1. So if you assign here n 1, that means that it will multiply 1 into 1, we will get 1, then 1 into 2 we will get 2, then 2 into 3 we will get 6, then 6 into 4 we will get 24. So like this it will be multiplied. So let's run and check how multiply is working. Yeah, so we are getting this result, so I think it's right. So let's check if you don't want to take tension, so it's right or not. So we'll try to multiply from 1 to 5, so it will be 120. Let's multiply 1 into 2 2, 2 into 3 6, 6 into 4 24, 24 into 5 120. So it's the right one. Okay, so we are getting the right result. So we are able to add also, we are able to multiply also with the help of the reduce method, which is terminal method of Java 8. So now we are going to do with the help of the method reference. So here what we can do, if you want to add for addition purpose. Okay, so let's give another way to do to add. So in reduce method we have integer. Okay, integer colon sum. Okay, this is the also way we can do. The sum is the method in integer. Okay, so the purpose of sum you can is also takes a two argument, two parameter, a plus a and b, and it's return the sum of the value. Okay, so the return type will be the optional int, so make it optional int and try to print. So what we are getting here, sum and sum. So let's run, it's working or not, let's check. This is another way to sum. So we are getting 15. So this is optional. So what we can do here, we can print sum dot get as int. Okay, so we'll get the here integer. Let's run and check. Yeah, we're getting 15. That means this is other way to add your all the numbers which is available in array, integer array. So if you check the integer code, so we'll get the sum. Let's try to check. There is some method inside integer. So yeah, we have some method. So we are using with the reference method reference. We have a and b. Okay, so if you want to add, we can also use integer colon sum. So sum is the method inside the integer. So I hope you liked my video. So if you have any doubt, get started. And thanks everyone for watching this. I hope you understood all the questions which I have explained in this series, Java 8 interview question series. So if you have any doubts, so please let me know in comment section. And if you're loving my efforts, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye everyone.